We at? We are live. What's up, guys and girls from around the world? We are actually looking at bikini. I thought this was class physique. We might have to fucking pause this. Fucking hell. Well, this is the top six. Well, I'm not sipping through a bikini. I'm not gonna sit here for a bikini. It's gonna be way too long. I think we're gonna. I thought. So my apologies for everybody in the chat that you're waiting and sitting there. I was told by the team at the Olympia that Classic Physique was coming out. So hold tight. We'll be back after bikini. Hafa, Hafa. Can't hear you. Can you hear me, bro? Hafa, can you hear me? Put your thumbs up. We can't hear you. Are you on mute that side? What's up, IG? What's up, IG? We're going to go live on the YouTube. We've just been joined here by Rafael Brandao. Rafa, talk. Can you hear me, bro?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Oh, nice.
Welcome, welcome.
Right.
How is everybody doing in the chat there? What's up, guys? Rafa, are you watching the show?
Yeah, I'm watching. The biggie boys right now.
The big boys. Hey, Rafa, ask you a question. How do you think you would have placed in this lineup today? Current physique, you looking what you look like right now?
I think I could be in second call out.
You think second call out?
14 to 7. I think so. From 15 to 7.
Depending
I think so.
On what I seen of you last. When I seen of you last, and also when I seen of you in Boca Raton, brother. I think that you would have been knocking the door here for in this first call out. I think so. I'll answer that question. All right, guys, in the Instagram right here, obviously we're live on Instagram and we're live. Hey, you can go live on Instagram with me, Rafa? Can you sort that out?
I don't think so.
Oh, you're on your phone, are you? You're not on your laptop?
Yeah.
So then let's get to the nitty gritty. As you can see here, this is the first call out. Anybody that's vastly improved here tonight that you see from yesterday, Rafa? I'll take control. Looks like, again, unfortunately, there we go. I don't know if you guys are watching at home in the comment section. Is the lighting going in and out? Because for me, it was just dark and now it's light again. So I'm trying to get a very good perspective. Unfortunately, that fucking background is terrible. I'm very anti moving parts and backgrounds. I like a good quality background. See these guys' physiques, and it seems like the quality of the live stream goes in and out, so I can't see the conditioning unless it's a wide shot, which we're looking at right now. So this back double bicep shot is what really everybody was talking about yesterday with Derek leading the pack. It looks like there's a vastly improved guys across the board. Andrew Jack looked like he's improved. Hardy going into this back lat spread against Derek. I wish they had more of a panned fucking video. Who's standing out right here, Rafa?
So I think Derek got this pose back, look, bye spin, let's pray.
Yeah, Derek looks incredible.
He's more dry.
Yeah,
he's a little more dry, more details. I think Had Chupan is more dry from the front, the bye space. But from the back, Derek is crazy.
These guys are all amped up and they're ready. Hardy looks incredible from the front. That front relaxed. Obviously, Derek looked drier than yesterday, a little bit fuller. That is Hardy's shot, though, from the front. This is kind of like one of them apples and oranges. You turn from the back, I give it to Derek. You turn from the front, I give it to Hardy. And these two guys have really separated themselves from the pack. What's going on in the chat there, Tyus?
They are talking about C-Bum.
Well, hold tight, guys. Classic Physique is coming up. We are live. We're talking about the big boys. I'm joined today, if you guys girls are just jumping on right now, live and direct, all the way from Brazil, by the man that they call Rafael Brandao. There he is. Keep your phone still. People are going to be thrown up. Welcome, brother. Hey, look, it's our old training partner there, Hassan, Mustafa, Regan Grimes, The Mutant, Christo, Andrea Presti, and I don't know who the last guy, I missed the last guy, but...
Hassan looks huge, right?
Hassan looks huge. He needs to control our midsection. Or there's no need to get any bigger.
Yeah.
Hassan is as big as he needs to come. Hassan needs to work in conditioning. But in all honesty, dissecting everybody here, that's the best Hassan I've seen. He always struggled with getting into shape with his glutes. Seems like that's the best version of him. Regan, this is the most conditioned I've seen Regan. I'd love to see him have a real solid off-season. Man, Antonio, the mutant. This guy has a little bit of Dexter Jackson, a little bit of spice on him that I've not seen in this class. He looks like a Jack 212 class, but he's a lot heavier than that. Chris Storr, I was expecting him to look a little bit better in this show. I've seen better with Charles Griffin and Andrea Presti. You know, for him, he's always had the lighter legs. So he's done an incredible job of bringing up some body parts in the off-season. And this is the best version of Andre Presti I've seen as well. So across the board, everybody's improved. And obviously everybody's improved from this morning's pre-judging. Yesterday's pre-judging. Anything to add to that, Hafa?
Yeah, I wanted to see Regan next to Krizo because I think Regan could beat Krizo. Regan is more complete, you know.
I'd like to see Krizo with a bit of a darker tan too.
Phenomenal too.
Yeah, I'd like to see him with a darker tan. He's kind of a little bit light compared to the other guys. Look at Regan. Regan's got a very a darker coat, kind of same complexion.
Yeah.
Hafa, you're getting called out in the chat for speaking really good English, which I might have said that sentence wrong. But good job on that.
They're saying your English is improved, Hafa. Tell him who your fucking English teacher is.
Oh, thank you, bro.
That's when you say you, Flex.
Good because I have the best teacher.
Thank you, my bro.
Flex Lewis.
That is a crazy shot for Krizo, huh? That muscular bananas. It looks incredible. Such a dominant shot. That guy's got incredible arms.
I think it's his best shot.
Yeah, it's his best shot, yeah. He's a little long in the torso, Krizo. Yeah. But still, he's got some incredible full body parts.
Can we split this screen? Chat, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask the champ, if you want to ask Hafa, if you want to ask Flex, feel free to put those in, and we will relay that to these epic gentlemen as quickly as possible.
So who's the champ? You said Hafa, you said the champ, Hafa, and Flex.
Oh, I was talking about me.
All right, this is the third call out. I don't know the gentleman's name on the end. My name's escaped me, but he is. I know he's in his late 50s. Masters competitor. Roman Fritz, Theo from France. That's the best I've ever seen. Theo, great conditioning.
Great conditioning, great.
Obviously, for him and the majority of these guys in this call out, they've either missed their peak or they just lack in something, which is either size, conditioning, or something, or miss their peak. But this is the best I've seen Theo from France.
The chat wants to know, who do you guys think is going to win the Open?
Well, we'll get the comparisons. We won't prematurely jump in here and start. How is your connection ahead of mine? I can hear somebody shouting side chat Steve Weinberg. You're ahead of me over there, bro, by 2 seconds. Is that you got a better connection over there in Brazil?
No,
huh?
There's good connection.
I know. I'm saying my connection is shit. I can hear your Steve Weinberger shouting your end before mine. But look at that back double bicep, hamstring, and glute tie-in with Roman Fritz. That guy gets absolutely peeled. And obviously, unfortunately, Roman is one of them guys that comes in wild condition, but but he's never going to be the biggest guy. So he plays to his strengths. Doesn't look like the best version I've seen of Roman Fritz today. I've seen him better than this, but again, conditioning and body fat is super low. A guy that is known for his conditioning.
Flex, they're asking, how would you stack up against the 212 right now?
Wow, my days of 212 are gone, my friends. You should be asking me how I would have stacked up against the Open. The answer is fucking 1. Half a nose, champion mentality. You ain't training for second place, third place, fourth place. If you don't believe you're going to win, why are we getting up on stage in no skimpies? You know what I mean? This is a sport of bodybuilding. You got to believe you can do this before you even step on stage. It's a mentality game, and I wouldn't have been doing the open class had I not believed. Half you was with me every fucking day, right? Did I ever say, hey guys, let's go and kill it today to train for second, third, fourth, fifth? I was a different animal, right?
Yeah, never happened this. Never.
Retired now.
I always train to win the show.
Hey, we all seen the improvements when Halfa came to stay with me in Boca Raton, and we got a couple of cool things planned now before his next pro show, so I'll throw that out there. So we're looking at probably right here, let me have a look at the full lineup before I comment. This is probably like fourth place to fourth, fifth, sixth, I'm guessing. Yeah, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Andrew Jack. What do you guys think of Andrew Jack's future, guys? I think he has a phenomenal future. Obviously, he needs to fill out his frame. He's one of the taller guys up there. Hunter Labrada has done a great job. Again, conditioning is one of these things that he suffered with in the past. I think he, again, has missed the mark. But again, size, he's put a lot on. Let's give a shout out to the old, no disrespect when I say the word old, a past champion, Mr. Brandon Curry, who but 2 days ago was in hospital texting me. And again, my wished him, a speedy recovery. Unbeknownst to me, his reply back to me was, just got checked out. I'm leaving the hospital. The show must go on. Now, I took that as somebody that went to the hospital and, again, was checking out of the hospital. The show is done. Little did I know the fighting spirit of the champion was going to be on this stage, not but a day later, not but 2 days in the final. And I think suffice to say, you look at Brandon's condition, considering the hell he went through in that hospital visit. And obviously we've commented on Crizo.
For those that don't know, we are not streaming it live. Good, right? So if you're not seeing the show on our screen, the reason for that is copyright infringement. So you can join in with us as we're watching the show. And if you got any questions, comments, feel free to leave those in the chat.
Yeah, a lot of people have turned, they've got different commentary on from around the world. I know there's commentary going on in Brazil, there's Spain, there's various different countries, along with the live commentary that is going on from the Olympia live. So if all of you guys and girls prefer to just listen to myself and Halfa, unfortunately done a copyright, we cannot put this on live. But we can commentate what is going on. So if you want us as our commentators all the way from Brazil, all the way from Las Vegas, here we are. And as we're looking at this side chest between Andrew Jack and Brandon Curry.
Yeah. Andrew looks good. He has a great framing. Great lines, but I think he looks a little bit flat than last year.
Yeah, it's not his best version. I've seen Brandon better too. Man, it seems like Hunter was so close.
Looks better today than yesterday.
Most definitely. Obviously, Brandon has put some work in, and I'm sure that hospital visit definitely knocked him back. But it seems like Hunter was so close to missing hitting the mark and just slightly missed in this.
Chat wants to know, what do you guys think about Justin Shear?
Justin Shear's got a lot of potential, and he unfortunately wasn't able to show it this past this current Olympia. Judging by the call-outs, he's probably going to be in the last standings. But for future, I think he's got a very good future. Somebody who is stepping on stage for the first time at the Mr. Olympia should never be judged as to what his future will be. We all seen what happened with Ronnie Coleman. I think Ronnie was the last place finisher in his first ever Mr. Olympia. Jay Cutler, I think, was in 16th place, when he done his first Olympia. And I love Jay's look in his first rookie debut, in all honesty. Unfortunately, Justin just wasn't on the mark this time. But here we are. We're being brought out now to the top three. The top three is Samson, Derek, Hardy.
One of the questions in the chat.
Working now.
Go ahead.
They're going to work him hard, yeah. I know they're going to do a lot of rotations. Keeping let's see what the first First call is from Mr. Weinberg. Are they keeping Derek in the middle, or who are they putting in the middle? Ooh, they're putting Samson. They definitely going to rotate these guys. Now, here's the thing with Samson and Hardy and Derek. Both Hardy and Derek have somewhat equal size, height-wise. Then you got Samson, who's pretty much towering over them. You got three different physiques, but you would say Hardy and Derek have more of the similarity. With Samson, he's earned his place. You know, this guy has gone from, well, when I met him a number of years ago, debating whether to quit. And here he is now, 4-5 years later, in the top 3 of the Mr. Olympia. What a story.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Hafa? Back double bicep. I still give it a Derek.
Yeah, Derek got this shot. Derek got the shot.
Yeah.
His conditioner, his backlines, is just different, you know. Jason looks huge too.
What's great about this current Mr. Olympia is Hardy's strengths are not Derek's, and Derek's are not Hardy's. You know, yes, we've got Samson in the middle right now, but I don't think it's out of Samson as the front runner here. I say I've got Samson as third. I've got both Hardy and Derek fighting out this first and second, and I'll put Samson in third.
Too Real for You in the chat has asked, is the Olympia going to be in Florida or back in Vegas, or what are we seeing next year?
2024, Las Vegas will be the home for Mr. Olympia. It will be in Resorts World 2024. Back where it should have never left, in Las Vegas, and I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys and girls at the Dragon's Lair in 2024. The date on that, I do not know, but Hardy has been replaced in the middle from Samson. One thing about Hardy, having competed against both Hardy and Derek, Hardy is one of these guys that just gets better and better and better. And unfortunately, Derek, depending on obviously his carb up, starts to slip in some cases. Now, as a 212, as an open class guy, this is going to be very interesting, because as the show goes on, and you damn well know Steve is going to work these guys hard tonight, but Hardy always gets more harder and harder. You can see him, he's getting harder and harder in these poses, mate.
Yeah.
But here is it. The back double bicep never fucking lies. The back lat spread never lies. And it seems like Derek's, he's got that number on Hardy in this back double bicep.
Yeah. I think when Hardy started to pose, he started to be harder and harder. In Derek, when he started to pose, he started to be a little bit flat. But from the back, he's still looking hard, you know?
Mm-hmm. See, here's the thing. I've got all back shots going to Derek. And I've got the majority of the front shots going to Hardy. That side tricep, I've got Hardy's going to take that too.
Aaron Villa asks, do you think that the favored shape is going to prevail over grainy conditioning? So I'm guessing they're asking, is the body shape going to be more important than the conditioning, or vice versa?
Well, I guess we'll find out in a few. I mean, if it was down to my judging standard, it would be obviously shape and structure all day long. That's what I want to see, and that's what I would love to get rewarded. And selfishly too, you know, if Derek ends up winning this Olympia, then I can say I've beaten 2 Mr. Olympias. Right, Hafa?
They put Derek in the middle now.
Derek's in the middle right now.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? The Instagram. I am live on YouTube. If you guys want to go over, head on over to the Straight Over There page. I'd love to see you over there and get in the chat there. Unfortunately, I'm doing both things here. But right now, Derek is in the middle, and it looks like all these guys are getting their turn under the light, under the spotlight, under the square that is the center spot. So everybody can have their chance and be compared. So right now, for everybody who may be new to this, which I'm guessing not many people are not, but nonetheless, what they're doing right now is this is the top 3. They're comparing them in the middle. The center spot is there for a reason. It normally dictates who is going to be, you know, first, second, and third. Normally goes from middle to left to right. And right now we've got Derek, who has just been who followed up from Hardy Chopin. who followed up by Samson Doda. So we are now going through the final couple of poses. All these guys, they're fighting it out, pose for pose. I was just about to say, there's not a bead of sweat being dropped up there, but I see a little bit of sweat coming from Samson. But it just goes to show how dry Hardy and Derek are, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. They are so dry.
So dry. So again, just explain the judges. Yeah. Sorry, Hafa, go ahead, my man.
This pose is by Hardy. It's most muscular.
Yeah.
You see? The chest, so crazy. I don't like, to be honest, I don't like his shoulders, but his chest is unbelievable.
There we go. I don't know who's coming up next, but Hafa, what do you think about that, my friend? Let's have a little bit of a review here on what you've seen.
I see. To be honest, I want Derek to win the show because he looks just, crazy. Hardy looks harder, yes, but I'm going with Derek first, Hard second, and Samson third. And I like to see Samson there because I beat him twice, so I can be there next year.
You can. Hey, Taz, we are going to look at the top 3 here of. Can we do the split screen for the viewers? So right now, guys, we are going to do a comparative view of these athletes. I'm guessing, if I was to be a guessing man, that bikini is going to come out next. That would be my guess before Classic Physique, but we will see. Again, I was told one running order, and it's not the case. So as we're killing time before the next athletes come out, how far are we off on going? All right, so we're going to look at Samson up on the screen right now. Can we see that, Tyus? Can I see myself?
So I'm seeing everything that's on your iPad, and I only want to bring up just the exact thing you want to bring up.
Okay, can you get off this screen for a second when that was Roderick takes care of this? I just don't need my family seeing on the iPad. So Hafa, obviously you're still there. We are going to. Oh, fuck's sake. We good, bro?
Tell me when. Can you hear me?
Yes. We're going to go on and compare the open class guys in review. Tyus, I can see myself when I look at these guys that we done earlier.
We'll have you up there as soon as you bring up which.
There we go. It should be airplaying. I can't see nothing. Right no, we can't see nothing. But what we're trying to do right now is we're going to bring up some of the competitors live up on screen, and we can have a comparative view of these athletes. But until that's taken care of, and we have technical issues a little bit. But Hafa, what is the plans for you right now? What is the future plans?
So we just are about to finish the off season. I'm sitting 292 right now, and I think I'm in a good condition. So we're gonna compete in the Arnold Classic Brazil next year.
And when is that going to take place, Hafa?
Is April 5th. April.
I have still this airplane.
You're gonna be here, bro. You're going to be here?
I will be there. What is the date for that?
April 5th.
I've got to speak to my manager on this. So right now you can see this. This is actually from yesterday's pre-judging. So for everybody who, before I jump off this subject, I want to make sure that everybody knew that Hafa is going to step on stage back on home turf at the Arnold Classic Brazil, a show that, again, is incredible. Like, one of my favorite places to go is Brazil, and then to see you on stage, my little brother on stage, returning back. This is going to be your Olympia, my man, and I'm very excited to not only see the improvements but also hear the home crowd behind you, my friend. So until that time, we're going to review Derek Lunsford right now. Can you see that on your screen there, Hafa?
Yeah, I can see.
This was Derek Lunsford yesterday at the pre-judging. And I've suffice to say, I believe he's made vast improvements. Granted, these are different cameras being shot yesterday, but look at the conditioning. From the side, glute tie-ins, lower back. Look at the feathers in the lower back. He's a dangerous competitor for Hardy.
Yeah, and water.
When you compete in half yeah. Woof. One hell of a trademark shot there for Derek. That back has improved tremendously this off-season. I don't even know what else to say other than that. It's just insane. Insane improvements. And look at that shot. Fuck me. You got to pause that shot right there. What's everybody think about that in the chat? What a back double bicep. Hafa, what do you think about that, bro?
I think his best shot.
That's probably the best.
I think his best shot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Oof. That even lat spread has improved tremendously too. This is the first time I'm seeing this in front of me. So for all the viewers that are watching this, as a fan of the sport, I'm watching this in live time. Even though I watched this yesterday at the gym, believe it or not, and with you guys on the live, I got the chance to see this in live form. Now I'm seeing this as like Monday morning quarterback now, but nonetheless, probably more impressed that I'm seeing this now in one of these new 4K cameras. Tyus.
It was great having him on the podcast, and just it's amazing to see what he looks like in beast mode.
In beast mode. So right now, live, guys, there's the wheelchair, Mr. Olympia. So I'm not too sure what and how they judge that. But I guess we'll keep on live time here and keep on pumping. So right now, we're going to bring up Samson, who's also in that third call-out. Sorry, in the first call-out, but in the top three, I'm sorry. You've stood on stage against Samson, Hafa.
He looks huge, right?
He's made some great improvements. I feel like I'm saying the same fucking thing over and over again. These guys made great improvements. This guy made great improvements. Well, it's better than not fucking making improvements, I guess, right? But Samson definitely is one of them guys that I would be on my post roundup of the Olympia. I'm going to mention that size has been definitely added in the right areas. I'm glad to also see, even though he's put on fast size, working with Milos Sachev, that he has no type of protrusion or any type of gut, which most athletes, again, putting on muscle in various different areas, sometimes ruin their physique by that fast muscle. But seemingly, Samson's done a good job of keeping his trademark small waist, flaring out muscle body parts, and brought a good package, his best package, working with Milos Sachev this year. What show did you two compete against each other, Hafa?
We did Praga Pro.
Mm-hmm.
We did Europa Pro in 2020, Praga Pro 2021, and Romania Pro 2021.
Was I there for... No, I wasn't there for the Prague Pro, right? I was not that show. How did you do? Did you beat Samson in that show?
I beat Samson in Romania Pro and the Europe Pro.
All right. And here we are. The current champ, Hadi Chopin. Man, that guy is dense, huh? Not the prettiest of physiques. If you guys are, kind of looking at Hardy and going like, well, look at Samson. He's got more of a prettier physique, but this is the complete package, guys, Hardy has brought the complete package in comparison to other athletes over the years. And again, he's brought his trademark hardness, that thick muscle, all which had to be dieted off when I stood against him as a 212. This guy was coming down from a big body weight, probably in the 250s or early 260s, sucking it in like I had to do every year for the 212. So nobody ever get to see the best version of Hardy until he stepped up on stage in the open, and that's one of the reasons why he blew everybody away. And when he was able to fill out his frame. And you will look at a number of years ago to when Hardy still was in the 212 class. He stood against Cedric McMillan, R.I.P. in San Marino Pro, and arguably could have won. Yeah,
I was there.
Yes, and he could have won that show, Hafa. And that's when he was a 212.
He could have won the show.
Yeah. He was pretty
Yeah.
pissed. I remember that. He was pretty because Hardy is for also for the viewers to know, Hardy is deaf, so he was under of the understanding that he won or thought he had won, but unfortunately he didn't. So here we are. Actually, the open class guys now are going through their routine.
Now, one of the questions from the chat is, where do you think Nick Walker would be in this if he wasn't given his condition?
Personally, speaking openly, honestly, I got to see Nick in my own gym with my own eyes, in my own posing room, and I would have had him third place in this current lineup and what everybody looked like. And then you think of the current standard of what is on that stage, it's all equally kind of shorter than the average, right? So comparatively, they would judge pretty much the same in my eyes. If Nick brought that trademark conditioning that he's known for and that freak factor, he would have been up there in that top three. And I don't think he would have been good enough to beat Hardy or Derek, but he would have been good enough to be, top 5 in the world, and I would have said third. Here's Andrew Jack.
Yeah, I'm agreed.
Yeah. I'll send you some photos of Nick when we get offline. Unfortunately, I'd love to post these guys, but these were sent to me by his coach, Matt Jansen, and out of respects, I would always love to get that permission first before posting these. But let me tell you something, he looked incredible. I would have had him beaten the gentleman who's up on stage right now, Andrew Jackson. Everybody had Andrew as one of the front runners going into this year's Mr. Olympia. But I think that just goes to show you guys how good the top 5 is when Andrew isn't even close to breaking into the top 3. And I say that with all respects. Andrew had a rocket ship to the top. Everybody was talking about him. I was talking about him. I've said myself that he could be a future Mr. Olympia. But again, he's got a lot of work to do in his frame, as does everybody else. But one thing about Andrew, he's only been doing this sport for a short period of time. And as he's doing a splits on stage, which is getting pretty close, there's only a little bit of cotton holding on to them things there. So hopefully nothing pops out. But as Andrew comes up from his splits, that's down to his martial arts background, and also another Straight Out of the Lair podcast guest we've had on the show, not once but twice. Andrew was always a favorite on the Straight Out of the Lair with my staff, also with myself. Great stories. Man of mystery as well. We tried to get a couple of layers pulled out of him, right, Tyus? But that guy kind of closed the door as soon as we got close. So there's a lot more things that I'd like to extract from Andrew. One of his strengths is his mindset. He's been able to put a lot into these last years. But again, he wasn't close enough to break into the top 3 this year. But suffice to say, he'll be back. Andrew Crizo. Andrew comes over from the other league, as the champion. Obviously, he now has been in under the IFBB Pro League banner for the last year, maybe year and a half. He had a lot of hype coming into this Olympia. Everybody was all expecting some big things, and obviously that comes with pressure too. But I think he's done a good job of handling the pressure. Yes, he's got some body parts that he needs to bring up, but he's also got some body parts that, probably some of the best in the show, especially them arms and delts, Hafa.
Yeah, he has a huge arms, huge delts. I think he needs to improve his legs and his glutes, because his upper body is so big, He always in great condition too.
You can just see from that position right there that he's kind of weak on that pose, right? He just doesn't have that sickness from the side, but when he hits them, an arm pose, front of a bicep, or some sort of most muscular, when he's got them shoulders, They're so wide, so crazy, very Kevlar-esque. Arms, the tie-in, incredible. And they're all real, too, before anybody in the chat says there's something fucking funky about them. But the leg separation is there from the front, and as we just said, that most muscular is a trademark pose for him. I think it's a good showing for Krizo, and I'm looking forward to seeing him now jumping in some more shows in the coming future.
There's a lot of people on the chat that are, I think, giving fake news about who's won and who's lost. So I don't think the announcement has been made on anybody, right?
So what is the fake news here?
Oh, people are just saying this guy won, and so forth, back and forth.
Who they got?
They got Raymondino. So there's a.
Well, that's classic physique. Well, anybody in the open?
Sebum lost, somebody said in here. I mean, people are speculating across the board, I think.
They're speculating across the board, which is great. I'd love to see and hear all you guys in the chat. Yes, we are not at the Classic right now, but suffice to say, please, give your speculations and your hype, guys. Also, give me your flags. I'd love to find out who is in the chat and where we're from. As Samson Doda walks on stage, the man from the UK. This guy's got some beautiful classic pose, and looking forward to seeing this routine, Hafa.
Now, Brazil's always representing in the chat.
Routine.
Yeah, this guy's always got dramatic pose, and suspense, I think, is what Samson always brings to his posing routine. Very dramatic, very kind of artistic, and slow, and again, let's see if he picks up this tempo, if he keeps the posing routine all the way down. But he's always got good routines that he poses to. Artistic is something that he prides himself on. The more that his size he's put on, he has mentioned that it's harder to get into some of these poses. But nonetheless, he makes sure that he stayed nimble and stay flexible throughout his whole career. And suffice to say now, as he's now breaking into the top 3, this posing routine is definitely worthy of a top Mr. Olympia competitor.
We got Nottingham, we've got Ireland, we've got the United States. There's all kinds of people all over the world watching this right now.
I'm trying to listen to the posing routine.
Hey, bro, come back soon.
What'd you say?
I think Hafa is checking on something right now, so we might have lost him for just a minute.
I'm gonna get some water.
Get that water, bro. We need to keep that voice nice and fresh. Get some caffeine in you, too. I know it's about fucking 2 o'clock in the morning there for you, but nonetheless. So we have Samson finishing off his routine in dramatic style. I mean, guys, beautiful physique. Definitely a future champion if he keeps on this path of growing. Arnold Classic winner this year. Coming into this year as a Mr. Olympia and breaking into the top 3. Great job, Samson. He's loving it up there.
Argentina in the chat. We've got Canada in there, and we got lots and lots and lots of Brazil. Brazil, we love you guys.
We love you guys. We love you wherever you are around the world. Brazil, though, is something special and near and dear to my heart. What's up, Instagram? Make sure that you guys know that I am on YouTube Live on my Straight Out There page. Make sure you guys check it out. I'm talking to you guys on Instagram. I know there's a couple of hundred there in the chat, but jump on over. We'd love to see you. When we're getting call-outs, we're doing shout-outs. Tyus, any questions in the chat as we're killing time between athletes coming out?
We just got a shout-out for one of my favorite little places in town. So somebody says, hey, they were super happy to meet you when they were in town. This is Diego. Oh, nope, sorry. I lost who said this, but they said, shout out to you. I got to meet you a couple weeks ago, and Barry's was awesome.
My man.
So they went to one of the best steakhouses in all of Las Vegas.
The best steakhouse, Tyus, the best. Shout out to Chef Barry, Yassim, and Marco, 3 partners and owners of the best steakhouse in Las Vegas. We'd love to give support to these guys as they give support to us. Best steakhouse, best desserts, as Antonio Burton is doing his routine. Suffice to say, this guy's gonna and has had his fair few shakes and steaks back in his prep for this Mr. Olympia, and probably again the best version of him too. I don't know who Antonio has been working with, But these guys have brought it. The combination of that freak factor, not the widest guy, but so much muscle on that frame.
And Lex, I can't help but notice that shirt you're wearing is awfully nice.
Oh, yes, this shirt. We're actually going to be doing a plug. Good segue, Tyus. We're doing 25% off the entire Culture store. It's going to be available on the Dragon's Lair website. Make sure you head on over to the Dragon's Lair store page. The exact website, suffice to say, is popped out of my mind here. Shop.thedragonslairgym.com. Shop.thedragonslairgym.com, where you can get all your Dragon's Lair merchandise, all your Culture brand merchandise. Use code FLEX25. I created that code just for you guys to get on live. And as we are live here on YouTube, Regan Grimes is popping out of here, a fellow Dragon's Lair athlete who is coincidentally coming out representing himself here, Tyus.
What do you mean by representing himself?
Representing the gym.
Oh, representing.
Yes.
The building we are in at this moment.
Everybody knows this. They know. These guys in Brazil, you guys know we're in the Dragon's Lair, right?
I think it's an amazing representation of how many people at Olympia right now that are on stage that are just killing it, crushing it. Like, I'm so honored that I've gotten to shake their hands in person because they're all training here.
There's so many athletes training here. Regan Grimes being one of them. You know, a lot of these athletes here in town, they share the great facilities that Las Vegas has to offer. Las Vegas is one of them places that if you want to train at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's going to be a gym for you. If you want to eat steak and rice at 3:30 in the morning, there's going to be a place that you can eat clean at. And Regan, since he's moved here all the way from Canada, has definitely got into the environment of Las Vegas. He's been training here. He's been training at Torture Gym. And, yes, the improvements that he's made has been good. Very, very good. Very, very good. He's been teamed up with Milos now for the last couple of years, and Milos has been putting him through them torturous giant sets here at the gym as well as Torture Room. So it's great to see Regan back on that stage where he belongs. You know, Regan has missed a couple of peaks for shows in the past, but his last outing when he beat Nathan Diasha was one of his best, and now going into the Olympia qualifying in the first place spot earned his place in the top 10. And here we are. We're bringing out now Derek Lunsford, who is in title contention. And let's see what this guy looks like on his own coming out. Of course, we just got to see him in the comparisons next to Hardy, next to Samson.
They want to know what the difference is between Hadi and Derek. And I'm going to say their name. Their first name seems very different.
That is true. Number 11. Let me just say that is a very good number for me. Number 11 was my number of, oh my gosh, 6 to 19. I played the left wing playing rugby. So 11 has got a tradition that has been very good to me. So hopefully it serves Derek Lunsford in this show. Derek is hitting some very unique poses that normally classic physique guys or guys of a smaller structure would hit. He has definitely put on some timber on that frame this year. There's no question. But again, as mentioned with Samson, welcome back. As mentioned with Samson, has been able to make sure that waistline has stayed small and there's no distension. Derek Lunsford has this very youthful, good-looking, very youthful, good-looking look to him. I was going to say face, but that sounds weird. He has this very charismatic energy when you're around him. Yes, he was an enemy of mine when we were battling the 212, but that was a chapter. We both got the best of one another. And I'm just glad that this back double bicep wasn't in the 212 class, because that would have been, that would have been dangerous to stand next to. But just like Hardy, Derek has taken full advantage of this new open weight cut. And as you can hear the crowd screaming in that back double bicep, dramatically, Derek is posing slowly, milking the audience. He knows he's in shape. He is confident. He's come to win, and he thinks he will be the Mr. Olympia 2023 tonight.
Hoffa, are you in agreement?
Yeah, I'm agree. he looks like a champion today. His energy, his posing routine.
Oof. Beautiful.
Yeah, I like to see these.
I love this shit.
Aggressive,
He knows. This is a champion on the stage.
Yeah.
You know you're in shape, you're confident, you've brought it, and you just delivered. That was a mic drop from Derek Lunsford.
Yeah, in the chat, there's people saying, hey, Derek for the win. Then we got Samson for the win. There's a lot of people going back and forth here.
And that's what you want, though, guys, right? You want to have a competition that is so close that everybody has their favorites battling it out, not only on stage, but in the chats. And suffice to say, you guys have got your own favorites there, from Samson to Hardy to Derek. And it all goes down to the wire.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's such passionate fans out there right now.
Max Charles is a very interesting story. Not so long ago, Max tore his chest right off the bone. You can see that left pec there has a little bit of a repair and tear. But Max has done phenomenal to get back on the horse after having a lot of downtime. I credit that to his mindset and also the fact that he's working with Matt Jansen. Matt Jansen, also the coach of Nick Walker. These guys have really put a great recipe together for this show. Again, I have seen... I have seen him better. What do you think, Hafa?
Yeah, he looks better than last show. Looks dry. Why? He always bring the condition.
He looks a little flat to me. Again, I've seen him better. He never used to be doing the vacuum pause. That wasn't something that he was known for. But I think in that downtime when he had that pec tear, he wanted to come back, and now he's hitting the shit out of that front double bicep vacuum pause. You can see he's just enthusiastic to make the top 10. And considering the journey that it took to get him there, congratulations, my friend.
Hafa, can you explain to me what the dinosaur thing means in the chat? What does the dinosaur mean with Brazil?
It's because he's from a city called the Acre. And then this city, people say there has a dinosaur before,
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought it was because it was called Dino the dinosaur. That's what it is?
Dino is from dinosaur.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What are you talking about? You said he's from a city?
And dinosaur comes from his city. Because in the past, people say there had a dinosaur.
How am I learning English lessons from fucking the guy who doesn't speak English for the first language?
There's some people on here that have complimented your Welsh accent, saying, hey, my family members are Welsh. It feels nice hearing it again.
Oh, my God. And I've been in this country since I was 19. So back and forth. 23, I moved here. 24, I moved here. And I've pridefully held on to this accent. Some people come here for 5 minutes on vacation and they start sounding American. But talking about American, we have Brandon Curry on this Olympia stage. A former Mr. Olympia champion. A great champion, just may I add. A great family man. He has, I think, 5 kids sitting out there in Tennessee with his incredible, amazing wife, Brandy. They have done a great job of finding a home there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I had the privilege of being Brandon's neighbor when I lived in Tennessee, and instead of borrowing cups of brown sugar, I would be over there borrowing protein shakes. But he and myself in the early days would have teamed up. Unfortunately, Brandon liked to have later training sessions because of the kids. I was single. I was getting up a little bit later in the day. Brandon liked to train early in the morning after dropping his kids off. So we never got to train with one another consistently. But when we did, man, Brandon is a very, very intelligent trainer, very smart. He has a degree in physical exercise. And he was always one of these guys in the early stages of me getting into training that would use all these different techniques for ropes and very unique stuff. So Brandon, when he went over to Kuwait, he was able to put on that added size, which brought his first Mr. Olympia win. And unfortunately, we've not seen that Brandon. I was looking forward to seeing that version this time. Obviously, the improvements that were shown going into the show seemingly disappeared, with the hospital visit. So it sucks because I know how much Brandon trained for this show. He's disappointed. But let me tell you something. I take my hat off to you, Brandon Curry, for somebody who was sitting in the hospital not but 2 days ago, being told and all over the internet that he was not going to make it. He was on that stage and he delivered tonight.
There's a lot of love in the chat for Nick Walker right now from lots of people. Also, you've been in the position of these athletes many, many times. What are these athletes going through so that we can understand as fans?
Well, backstage right now, they're all kind of huddled together, being told when they're about to go on stage. So they're taking their last of, rice cakes and honey and whatever else they're putting on on their last minute preparations. And people say, honey, rice cakes, yes. When you introduce sugar into the body, it does wonderful things when you're this dry and this lean. So I would be having honey backstage. I would be having rice cakes with jam, things that are easily digestible because you don't really know how fast you're on stage. So that's the dilemma you face. I had a team around me, so even they would be told false information sometimes. So if you was not told direct from the source when you're on stage, it's all personal guessing and personal timing. Now, there's a rough idea, but as most of people have come back and said last night, there was a lot of complaints as to why the athletes were on so late and why the timing was mismanaged, because peaking is everything in bodybuilding. So if you are backstage and you're getting told 10 minutes, then you're getting told an hour, that's the difference between first place and last place. And as we just looking at Hunter Labrada coming on now, who is the legend, son of Lee Labrada, I think Hunter has brought a great routine together tonight and something that he should be proud of.
Hoffa, what do you got on Hunter?
He got a great physique this year. I didn't see too much improvement from last year. I think his condition is a little bit better, and I think he, I don't know, maybe he plays a little bit better than last year.
How many people are in the chat right now, Tyus?
I couldn't speak to how many are in the chat total. As far as views, we're at about 5,644 precisely.
So right now we have the current Mr. Olympia Open class champion, Hadi Chopin, coming out here. Man, there's something about that smoke and walking out through that Olympia sign, right?
Yeah, I like the new smoke effect.
Yeah.
I don't care for the that video wall. I think it's a little distracting from the athlete, kind of upstages a little bit. But I do like that wall that creates a silhouette, and they can walk through that silhouette and have the light slowly come up on them. I like that a lot.
Adi is fired up. He's ready to keep this title. He is energetic. He is running around that stage. He's demanding the respect on the eyes of the audience. He's chanting, he's yelling, he wants this, he's hyped up. That most muscular and that front shots that he's displaying right now, I think that is going to be hard to beat from the front. This posing routine, though, for everybody who was watching this live, I think Hadi has had this routine for like 5 years. I don't know why he's not changed it up. I'd like to have seen Hadi with a different routine as a champion. I mean, to come back every single year and every show you compete in at, and you're the same old routine is kind of boring and mundane. You know, you need to, as a champion, bring something different, something exciting, and obviously something cultural. That's why he's using that song. Obviously, he's from Iran, so I'm sure there's other top 10 music that's been played over the years that he can pose to. But Hadi's brought it outside of his music. That front double bicep is lethal. That most muscular is lethal. And as he exits the stage with energy, he thinks he's done enough to hold on to that title, Hoffa.
Hoffa, in the chat, Timoteo asks, where would you stand up facing tonight's lineup?
I think with my last shape I bring to the stage last year, I could be in probably top 6, top 5, top 7.
I agree.
Middle.
I agree. I'd have you fighting out with Hunter with your new improvements. I don't think you're there with the top 3 yet. I think you're in that top 5, top 6 currently. When I looked at you last, and obviously we've not even started this off season going into the Arnold Classic, and that's the most exciting thing about this. You've done improvements, Hafa, based on some of issues, right? So I don't know if you've spoken about this with the fans, but you kind of had some issues like I did with digestion, right?
Yeah, so I had some issues with digestion, but now everything's going good. So it's hard, but the beauty is this. Every prep you need to work with some things you don't want, So, and it's hard for me because I have to eat a lot of food, and sometimes my digestion system just feel like weak. But I'm working with this, and coaches help me a lot with this too. And I've been doing some improvements, and I'm looking to my body right now, and I say, okay, this is my best off season so far, and I know if I finish this off season with 2.9 pounds, with this condition that I am right now, I can step on stage next year about 265, 270.
Oof.
And if I bring this muscle to the stage, I'll be able to win some shows and be there in the top 5 next year. That's my plan. I want to be in the top 5 next year, bro. That's my mindset this year. I worked this whole year to be in the top 5 Mr. Olympia next year.
Yeah, but also winning pro shows. That's the name of the game, right? You're talking about winning pro shows, and then realistically going into next year's Mr. Olympia. You standing on stage and getting to see what you look like against athletes who have been there once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times of old. Suffice to say, you're going to see what you need to improve on, but also the world is going to get to see what you've already made improvements on. And you stepping on stage at the Arnold Classic Brazil next year, do you think that puts more pressure on you to get the best version of you because it is in an on-home turf?
No, I don't think so. I always work to put my best version, always. So I like to compete in Brazil, because the energy is so crazy, and I like to compete with my family, with my sponsor, with my people here, my fans, and this is like bring me a lot of energy to keep my eyes to competing in the Olympia.
Fantastic, man. Well, Men's Physique top 10 has come out. I believe it's the top 10. Maybe it's it's the top 10 if I do my math correct. Yes, top 10. Right now we have Jeremy, the return of Jeremy Bendia, Diego, Chiron from the gym. Roderick, you got me saying Keon now, my friend. Shout out to Roderick and Tyus, who have been the last 2 days effortlessly putting in time behind the scenes here so we can do this live. So shout out to them guys in the chat. Make sure they get that love, get them hearts for both Roderick and Tyus, who are working on everything behind the scenes so we can do this for you guys.
It took no effort whatsoever, no problem.
That was Tyus that came in with the voice. He is the one with the voice, and Roderick is
we don't let Roderick talk.
We don't let him talk.
No,
that's right.
He's more of an interpretive dance kind of guy.
Yes, it's like Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Yes, but
we
Silent
like his
Roderick.
mime. That's how he communicates to us.
Yes, he does. Silent Roderick. But as we're live here, so do excuse the fact that I don't know some of these athletes. But from what I'm gathering and talking, some of these athletes have moved up significantly from their last outings. Ryan Terry is one of them, who is in the first call out and in contention of potentially winning this year. So Ryan Terry, I believe, was 16th last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's been a lot of moving and shaking. And Hafa, what do you know about Men's Physique and anybody in this class that you're happy to see?
Yeah, I'm happy to see because you have two Brazilian guys there. You can see Victor, the number 8, and Diogo, this guy. And I'm happy to see these guys there because, Diogo, because they bring a good shape.
So right now, this lineup...
And representing Brazil too, right?
Representing Brazil.
Hafa, in the chat, somebody said, can't wait to see Hafa's new version. We are all here to support him and hopefully see him at the next Mr. Olympia. So
beautiful.
It's good stuff.
So right now we've got what is the first call out. We have right now, let's have a look. We've got all together here. So currently, Roderick, who's the last competitor there? I can't see on the very end. Number 23. We have Brandon, we have Ryan Terry, and we have...
Boom, that's Roderick.
Banks.
Everybody, that's Roderick.
Yeah, there he is. Look at Roderick. There he is. Say what's up.
There he is.
Yeah. Can you find out? Anybody in the chat know who number 23 is, guys? Either way, he's brought his conditioning. This looks like a 2-horse race between Brandon and Ryan Terry, the way that they've kept them in the middle. I'd love to find out what you guys... We're good. We'd love to find out what... I meant off your phone, bro. The first call-outs, that was, suffice to say, it's going to be a 2-horse race by the looks of it. Brandon and Ryan Terry are pulling away from the pack. The current champ, E. Banks, after this morning's prejudging, looks like he's either in 3rd or 4th. Hafa, I forgot your name then. Hafa, what do you think about that first call out?
So I like it to see Brandon back to the fight, because he brings the condition, he brings the frame, and Ryan has improved a lot from last year. But I think Brandon gonna win the show. Ryan gonna be second. Robert the other guy.
Emmanuel Hunter. I do want to, sorry for everybody in the chat who was screaming and telling me who he was, if anybody was. Thank you, guys. I unfortunately don't know Emmanuel Hunter, but if you look at Chiron's last dark horse, Emmanuel Hunter, Tyus, was one of the guys that he mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, the chat wants to know, what do you guys think about Jeremy and his comeback condition?
I'm going to say this, and respectfully to Jeremy, he has done a phenomenal job having 5 years off the stage to return back and, do the damage that he's done. He's taken out a lot of names. He's been absent and away from the stage where, it can do one of two things. We've all seen the returns of bodybuilders such as Flex Wheeler. Suffice to say, there's a lot of athletes that have come back and never, unfortunately, made it. And the majority of them stories, they don't make it. In this case, Jeremy has done an incredible job of, making improvements to a men's physique category that was not the look that they're judging right now. So let's just remember that. 5 years ago, when Jeremy was the champion, that wasn't the look that they were judging. Right now, it's evolved. Right now, and post, we've had Raymond, we've had E. Banks, we've had Brandon, and these guys have become bigger and bigger and bigger bodybuilders in these classes.
Yep.
Right now, Jeremy is stepping on stage, the champ. He's had multiple injuries that he's battled through, and to see him looking like this on stage, vastly improved. I mean, Hafa, when this guy stood on stage last, he didn't look like this. When he was winning the men's physique Mr. Olympia, he didn't look like this. He has not only come back with his trademark conditioning, but he's come back from several different injuries, a lot of allegations that were thrown at him, that were, battled throughout the years. He has now been on the podcast, on here, straight out the lair. He has said what he's done, how he's changed his life. He's married, he's got a kid. We've all made mistakes, and he's here to show that this is the new version of Jeremy, with his faith, with his family, and I think, again, while I know that this is an incredible look, it wasn't good enough to break into that top 5, but it was good enough to make a 5-year return.
Yeah, he looks better than last show, and he looks better than the morning show.
Yes,
right
no
now.
question.
And yeah, so I like to see he coming back because he's a great champion, no?
Brian wants to know, what do you guys think about Derek?
What's up, Brian? So we are, and we have been talking the entire time about what we think about Derek, and there's just one word that comes up time and time again: insane.
Yeah, he's absolutely incredible.
How would you guys describe Derek in the chat? Here's Brandon Hendrickson, who is fighting it out tonight with Ryan Terry. Has he done enough to regain that title? Because let's not forget, too, E. Banks is the two-time champion.
Do you guys think, this is from D. Sweezy, do you guys think that Sam Sulek has potential for next year's Olympia?
Sam Sulek, the internet guy?
I guess. I'm not familiar with him.
Sam Sulek, I wish him all the very best. I'm looking forward to meeting this guy. He's apparently got a lot of fans that are enjoying his style of editing. It's very basic. And I think that's the attraction to what he does. I spoke to my videographer, Roderick, and I asked, before I even got to know who this young man was. And Roderick said the difference between him and everybody else is that he truly just puts a camera in front of him and films himself. No bells and whistles. He talks about this and everywhere. He takes everybody on a journey with him, and he bulks up, eat the McDonald's and what have you. So what do I think about him? I think he's doing a great job because suffice to say, his name has come up in mouths of people I know, and again, it's this guy has entered the chat on the official Mr. Olympia. So Brandon Hendrickson, the two-time champ, is just about to walk on stage. Great physique, great guy. This is a gentleman.
Huge too, right?
He's fucking. These guys have got so big, Hoffa. They're bodybuilders now, right?
Yeah, they're bodybuilders.
Yeah, this guy has been at the top of the food chain for a long time. This is a version of Brandon that is improved from the prejudging. Obviously, myself and Brandon are both, under the I would say the wavering hand of Neil Hill. I was going to say the stark hand, the whip of Neil Hill. But Brandon has definitely seen. He just told Bob. You.
He looks confident.
Yeah, he does look confident. This is the best version of Brandon compared to the prejudging. As I was saying, I spoke to Neil this morning after he got off stage, and Neil said that there's some work that needs to be done prior to the night show, and obviously we're looking at that improved version right now. Here is Chiron. God, Roderick, you're fucking killing me, mate. You've planted a seed in my head. Chiron, who is a athlete of the Dragon's Lair. We just done a podcast this week for everyone who has not seen it. We talked to Chiron about his upbringing, his mindset, the things that he's done and changed in his life to become this better version. And also not forget, this guy just dethroned Aaron Banks, who is the two-time champion. It doesn't look like he's going to do that today, Hoffa, but he definitely's brought a package that may not have been in that top three, but one he should be proud of.
Yeah, bro. Last time I see him in the Dragons Lair, he wasn't look like this. He improved a lot.
Well, man, that just goes to show that you need to get over here too and start drinking the same water as him, bro.
Yeah, I need you coming back to Dragons Lair. I need to bring Dragons Lair to Brazil.
He had such a positive outlook. A lot of times we get people on the podcast and they're talking about their demons and all this stuff that they're going through, and he came forward and was like, you know what? I don't have any of this negativity. I'm only thinking positive. That doesn't drive me forward. I thought that was really interesting.
Very interesting. And talking of which, Chiron had this gentleman right here as one of his dark horses. This is Emmanuel Hunter. Emmanuel has definitely risen up into this top 5 place in this year. I'm not too sure where he placed last, but suffice to say, this is probably one of his higher placings. Chiron had him as one of his dark horses in one of the pics on Instagram. This guy now looks like he's going to pip Chiron as his dark horse pick. So congratulations to Emmanuel Hunter. Right here we have somebody from Brazil, which we're both very aware of. This kid has a killer smile. What do you think of Diogo?
Yeah, Diogo looks great. He improved a lot from last year too. He put a little bit more shoulders, a little bit chest. His arms is improved too. His condition, he always brings the condition. Last year he placed third, but this year I don't think he's gonna place third again. I think he's gonna place fifth or sixth. But he looks great.
He's one of them guys.
He has a great back.
He does. He's one of them guys in the men's physique that you'll never see outside of the top 3 in any type of show that he enters. He always brings his conditioning. He always brings that trademark look. He's got a beautiful kind of stage present. He's got that killer smile. And as I've told him too, he better watch out. If he puts too much size on them legs, he'd be sitting in the 212 class, because that guy's got some calves too, Hafa.
Yeah. He got some calves. His legs is good too. His legs is good.
Sid in the chat asks, Flex, do you think Nathan D'Asha can ever make top 5 Olympia?
No.
Okay, that was pretty direct.
I don't know if Nathan's going to get a visa. That's what happens when you're a naughty boy. Cody Morris says, Breffney, bring it. He's one of the taller guys in the class. I'd like to know more about this guy, Cody Morris. So if anybody knows much about him in the chat, let me know where he's from, where he won his pro qualifier from. Great package, great look. Again, he's one of the taller guys. Reminds me of the battle that Ramon used to have with Brandon. Definitely, again, apples and oranges. It's very hard for a taller guy to fill out that frame. But when they do it, they become a absolute savage on stage. So Jeremy Popman is on right now. This guy is a absolute stupid waistline. This guy has been accused so many times of altering his images. Hafa, you've seen this guy in the flesh, right? There's nothing altered about this guy's tiny little waistline. When he does these flared photos with his massive bow chest, that waistline absolutely disappears, and there's nothing photoshopped about that. I think it's about 26 inches.
Yeah, he looks great.
And
his waist is so small.
And Yer is one of the guys that who has been a front runner this entire weekend. Ryan of old has been doing this now a minute. Ryan was competing when I was competing. Ryan is younger than myself, but he never had the size to hold up with the bigger guys in the class. And as the years went on and the men's physique took that new size game on, Ryan was kind of left behind. Ryan was in the top 2, top 3 places a number of years ago when I was competing. But now this year, look at that improvement. He's got the conditioning. He's got the size. He truly had a bodybuilder's prep. I spoke to Ryan a couple of weeks ago. He has just opened up a gym in his hometown. And when there was a massive Gymshark event, he had a lot of the guys there. Phil Heath said that Ryan is an absolute different animal right now, and he spent the last couple of weeks in Steve Weinberger's gym training at Bev Francis around Sadiq and a lot of the athletes there. And all the guys that I spoke to said that Ryan's bringing it. The guy is a fucking good-looking bastard. He is a true bodybuilder's bodybuilder. And here he is now making that impact this year in 2023 and pushing the class as one of the front runners. So here we are now there. Oof, this class is stacked, Hafa.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
It's tough.
Yeah.
I think this, as we're walking on right now, this is Aaron Banks, the current two-time champion. This guy's walking out like he's absolutely pissed off in life. So let's see if this is confidence or if he's turning it into an upset. So you can see why this guy is the two-time champ. He's one of the taller guys too. He's one of the taller guys too, Hafa. You know, he's one of them guys that has filled out this frame that I just talked about earlier. You know, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that loss going into this year's Olympia planted a seed in his head that has affected his Olympia his Olympia look this year, Hafa?
I think so.
It's tough to be the champ and get beaten just before the big dance, you know. So I take my hat off to him, and kudos for him to jumping into a show that he didn't really need to do or prove anything to. He could have just gone back into the Olympia and defended that title, but he felt confident enough to actually help put this show on, raise money for this for the physique class. But unfortunately, you know, he was beat in that very class that he helped put together by Chiron, who is obviously, you know, out of this top 5. But all these guys come on right now for the last time. I think this is now going to be the last comparative version of what is to be seen in this top 10. They're going to do the first caller, which I think we all know how this is going to go. But let's see if things have changed. Or the judges' scores are in. There's no more calls. Who have you guys got in the chat? I'd love to know what you guys think. Is it Ryan? Is it Brandon? Or is it somebody else? I'd love to know. We're talking about men's physique, you guys. We're not talking about classic. We're not talking about the open. We're doing live. We're doing what we feel is, we're looking at now Ryan Terry. Is this the new men's physique champ? Or is it going to be the previous champ, Brandon Hendrickson? Diogo, 10th place. The man from Brazil.
10th place or 5th place?
10th. 5th place, I'm sorry. They're doing the top 10, right?
5th place.
5th place, I'm sorry.
Yeah. 5th place, right.
Oh, bloody hell. Spilling shit all over myself. Shout out to MegaFit Meals. Keeping me fed here on this live feed.
With your signature one as well.
Yeah, this is not. I could front and say, yes, this is my signature, but this is the filet.
Ooh, the filet's good, though. I've had that.
Shout out to Monster, too.
Should we talk about that T-shirt again?
Well, we'll do it after this pre.
All right.
So that was Emmanuel Hunter. 4th place. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. I think this is going to go to Aaron Banks. You think any different, Hafa?
No, I think it's going to be Aaron Banks.
The Olympia stage looks pretty good from afar, you know?
Yeah, I don't think the backdrop that like distracts me when each person's doing their own individual routines is that bad when you have everybody on stage, but when it's just one person, I think it's a little distracting.
Third place. Aaron Banks. There it goes. Oof, and then it was 2. Congratulations to Aaron Banks. This is going to be somebody that we get on the podcast in the future. We've already spoken about this. Great athlete, great competitor. I want to get into the mindset of where he was post-show, having taken that loss from Chiron, and then going into this year's Mr. Olympia. I'd like to find out. But then there was 2. So we're going second place first. Normally it's down to first, then second, but it looks like it's second place. So they're doing the old school, old school way, where they go second, then first. I've been judging both. I'd just rather you just first place. Rip the Band-Aid off. What do you think, Hafa? What do you think, chat?
I think Brandon gonna get this.
You think Brandon's gonna win?
Yeah, I think so.
Oof.
A lot of suspense.
A lot of suspense.
What do you think, bro?
I mean, it could go either way. If I'm a better man, I think Brandon's taking it again. I'd be very happy if Ryan does too.
Yeah.
I'm very neutral, so this is a fun moment for me. It could go either way. Oh, Bob with a draw. Oh, wow. Ryan won. Congratulations, Ryan.
Whoa.
Wow. Congratulations. So this is the new look they're going for, guys. The men's physique champion now got awarded to Ryan Terry. He is your 2023 men's physique champion. Earned, not given. I spoke to Ryan 2 days ago and I wished him all the very best. He said to me he was bringing the best version of himself. Never told me he was going to win. Never told me that he was going to dominate. But he did say that this is the best version of him. This guy is incredibly humble. This guy is incredibly driven. And this title now is going back to the UK. Congratulations, Ryan Terry. Your new men's physique 2023, Mr. Olympia.
He looked phenomenal too.
He did. I'm very happy, guys. Very happy for Ryan. Very happy for Brandon. It's great to see Brandon back in the mix too. And obviously he's he's going to be disappointed. I know Coach Hill had Brandon winning this by a country mile. I spoke to Coach earlier, but again, this is an ever-changing class. The new standard is always based on the winner. So. Look at Aaron Banks having won twice. He just got beat in a qualifier for the Mr. Olympia, and that guy who beat Aaron Banks was not even in the top 5. So this class is one of these classes that just gets judged on the day, and you just have to bring it, just like bikini. There's no definitive winners. We've seen there might be returning champions, but then if and when the class makes changes, which it has done this year, height to weight ratio, these guys have had some more poundages in the class, and Ryan has brought that new added size. And let's have a listen in as to what Ryan says here with the win.
Hey, for those of you who haven't, if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Please leave some comments. Get some engagement out there. We really appreciate it on the channel.
That's absolutely right, Tess. We have definitely appreciate everybody that has jumped on this live. We also appreciate everybody who jumps on every single video that we put out. We put a lot of time and effort into every one of these videos. There's a lot of pre-production and post-production that goes in. And as you see on my Instagram, there's a lot of images that are posted as well from the behind the scenes. So we really love you guys. We'd love to see what you'd like to hear in the future. We do a little bit of everything from business to bodybuilding and try to give back as much as you can. So
speaking of business, Flex, somebody just said, hey, Flex, can we have Dragon's Lair merch being sold at Hafa's gym, please?
Well, Hafa should call his gym Dragon's Lair Express Brazil first before we put anything up there, Haf. In the future, right, Haf?
The future, we're gonna bring Dragon's Lair to Brazil.
That's one thing me and Hafa have always kind of said. From when Hafa was training in Boca Raton, he was saying to me, bro, I would do your accent, yeah. Hey, brother, this is be amazing in Brazil.
I didn't know you spoke Portuguese.
Oh, this is English.
That was perfect Portuguese.
This is my English Portuguese. Hey, my brother, I bring Dragon's Lair to Brazil, and we have the best gym in I can't remember. São Paulo. No, Rafa has been one of these guys who is definitely interested in doing a Dragon's Lair Brazil, along with many other people. But Suffice to say, we will do that at the right time. Half an hour has just created his incredible his personal gym in Sao Paulo. It's not open to the public, and it's very, very similar to the gym that I created in Boca Raton. So, there's no excuses. Rafa is an absolute superstar in Brazil. It's very hard for him to go and train in public gyms out there, as it was for me in Florida. So I ended up opening up the Dragon's Lair in Boca Raton and inviting athletes such as Rafa to the gym that not only brought a better version of me out, but also in turn brought the better version of them out. So we've spoken about doing a Dragon's Lair in the future. Right now, Rafa needs to focus on his career, and when that time happens, you better believe there's going to be a Rafael Brando Dragon's Lair.
So we've got a Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Rafa.
No, go ahead.
Well, we've got a comment in the in the chat that is going to be an easy transition for us to throw in an ad here. It says, "Hey Flex, if you won't go down there yourself and do it, at least can we have some badass T-shirts?" So maybe we should talk a little bit about that shirt you're wearing one more time.
This is Culture. Culture. We're doing a store sale, online sale, 25% off everything. That's the Dragon's Lair. Also the Culture website. Check it out. shop.thedragonslair.com. shop.thedragonslair.com. DragonsLairGym.com. My wife always tells me, you leave out the gym part. So I'll say it one more time. Shop.thedragonslairgym.com. That's going to be a 25% off the entire store. 25% off. Use code FLEX25. And, you guys can enjoy 25% off today and only today.
And you screenshot that in case you don't get the URL. I don't want you to miss the promo code, but I'll leave it up for a little bit longer just so you guys don't miss it.
And here we are, joined on stage by the top 10. Top 10 right now this is going to be what I believe, if I look at this is going to be your 5th place to 10th place.
Here we are.
Here we are. This guy, number 6, has made me a fan. One of the best conditions in show. Excuse me.
That's a great lineup, right?
That's a great lineup. Mike Summerfield, who is also an athlete of Neil Hill's. He is there off to the right if we're looking at it. Is that Terence Ruffin? Terence Ruffin, 27. Gee, Terence Ruffin looks incredible. Terence Ruffin is one of these guys that I feel sometimes get lost in the shuffle. Last year when he was on stage, because Terence is so dark that the background was so kind of light and his sponsors flying all over the place, I kind of feel he got lost. This year, Terence definitely is not lost up on that stage. He's probably one of them athletes that maybe needs to be knocking that top 5 door. Maybe he does get moved up, but, symmetry, posing, one of the best, if not the best, right now on the posing scene. Hafez, any standouts for you on this?
Let's see. Yeah, Rough Diesel looks good too. I think he's gonna place 5th. And what I like it to see is Brian come to the first call out again.
Can't hear nothing. There we are, back. Brian, definitely. Can you turn my headphones up, my mic up a little bit? For some reason, there we go. We're good, bro. It's okay. That's number 6 there. Number 6, I thought he was going to be pushing that top 5 with Terence Ruffin. What do you guys think in the chat? Is there anybody that the judges missed out that should have been in that first call out? As we speak about that first call out, here we go. That first call out has got us. We have Brian, we have Ramon, and we have Chris Bumstead. So this is the top 4. Excuse me. The last was the top 6.
They say West V looks crazy. We've got
that was in the last call out.
Yeah.
This is the call out that everybody wants to see. Who you guys got? Is this Chris? Is it Ramon's? Or is it Ursa's? Or is it Breon's? Breon's made incredible improvements since this morning. So we got Breon, Ramon, Chris, and Urs. Ooh, fucking Ramon has come a lot fuller this morning from this morning, brother. My goodness, he looks so, and he's confident, he's smiling, he knows he's on his great tan, polished. This is not a straight shot for Chris. You know, a lot of people had Chris as a straight winner this morning. Dino has gone back to the room. Whatever he's been doing since he got back there, let me tell you, it's been fucking vastly improved. He has come drier and fuller, huh, Hafa? Him and Chris are battling it out. This is a battle.
It's a battle.
It's a battle.
This is a battle. Let's hear what's different. Let's hear.
Bro, I'm fucking sitting up for this shit. Am I out of the frame, Tyus? Am I okay?
No, you're all right.
What do you think? What do you think, Hafa?
Oh my gosh, it's hard to me, but because I want to see Ramon bring this title, you know.
We all know Chris.
He looks unbelievable.
Ramon has truly blown. I'm a friend of Chris's, so I don't want to sound too super biased. Chris has guest posted me. Chris has been, in and around my family over the last couple of years, and I'm a friend of Chris and his family too. So, I could sound biased here, but I'll tell you this: taking my unbiased hat off, Ramon has made an incredible improvement since this morning. A lot of people were saying that there was a straight shot for Chris. I don't think it's the case, Hafa, going into the finals, looking at these guys.
Yeah. So, I don't think, oh my gosh, it's too hard.
I know. Let me see what Instagram has got.
I think Ramon got some pose from the front, and Chris got some pose from the back. I think the pose is going to make decision. It will be the classic pose.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, a lot of the chat on IG has Ramon as number 1. I'm looking at my Instagram right now. What's the chat saying on YouTube? On YouTube, Tyus?
I'm seeing stuff for Ramon on here.
So a lot of people are now looking at Ramon as the leader here, or still people agreeing that Chris is going to win this. But I know out of the chat on both sides, it looks like it's one or the other.
Yeah, I'm seeing it on both directions here, but all this says is wonderful things for everybody. Like, everybody's encouraging these athletes. Nobody's tearing anybody down. It's just, it's a testament to how good and positive this particular sport is and the fan base is.
Yeah, I'm looking at Instagram right now. Everybody's, for the majority of people, they're all saying Chris. Anybody who is saying any different, they're saying they're from Brazil. I would attest that Brazilians are very passionate about their athletes, and but when it comes down to this, you don't think the judges don't see that these guys are not supported by a nation too. I've seen half impact in when we trained with each other daily, and all the Brazilian fans would come to my page every single day. A lot of the people couldn't speak English, but more than anything else, they loved the fact that myself and Hafa were training together, and most of them daily said, please look after our prince. So I think that's a very cool compliment to have, Hafa, that these guys have you on the pedestal. But little did they know you were an absolute shit to deal with every day, Nobody knows that. You're a diva, absolute diva.
No, bro, I'm freaking.
No, you are not a diva, bro. You're not a diva. So right now there's Dave Bautista on stage with his bowling hat on. I think we can talk about what we just seen, Hafa. Classic Physique. Let me get out these guys from the pre-judging as we're talking. I'll tell you when we're good to go live, Tyus. So looking at the Classic Physique, I'm just about to pop up Chris Bumstead Absolutely. I'll put this pause right now. You know, it's great to see celebrities at the Mr. Olympia. You know, you got Dave Bautista on the stage right now. There's Shaq there, and there's many other athletes that are there. But right now we're here to see the athletes that are on stage, not the guys that are in the movies. And right now we're looking at Chris Bumstead live from the prejudging. This is the prejudging this morning, Hafa.
Yeah. He looks great. I don't think he looks in the same condition that he bring last year.
No, I agree. I
think he looks a little bit bigger, but not in the same condition, no.
Yeah, I agree to that. I don't think this is the best version of Chris. Chris brought an incredible package last year. I got to see it in Las Vegas. There's definitely no question that he brought an amazing physique. You know, but Chris is on is somebody's off. Let's make that clear right now. So Chris is on is somebody's off. So, Chris is off is somebody on, the other way around. Chris is off is somebody's on. So here we are looking at Chris slightly off. He's not off, but for his standards, he's not his 100%. I think he's about 95%. I'll have to review what this comparison looks like compared to the prejudging, but Chris, again, is just one incredible athlete. You know, one of the best ambassadors, if not the best ambassador right now on the bodybuilding scene in general, and also somebody that, you know, is very prideful of being a champion and a great athlete that represents. So there's now Dino, who is absolutely chasing Mr. Bumstead tooth and nail. This is him from the prejudging, Hafa. What do you think about Dino?
Oh, bro, he improved a lot from last year. Not just about his physique, but about his confidence too.
Yeah,
his confidence, you know, and his back is always big than last year, and he brings the condition too.
Yeah, he brings the conditioning. I'm looking at these transitional poses this morning. He's a little bit fast in this routine, in this free posing. I'd like to have seen him a little bit slow down more just to show off that hard work. But transitioning from this now to the live, we are looking at Breon Ainsley coming out on stage right now for his routine. Breon's got one of these classic look with a high top hair, but a guy who has been a previous champion, one of the first champions in classic physique, a great representative of the sport. I've traveled the world with Breon. We've worked many different expos, and here he is again with his trademark posing, super unique. This guy is always in the best of energies, always smiling, always cracking jokes. And he's no spring chicken, too. You know, he's in his late 40s. You'd never say that this guy is the age that he's at to make the improvements he's been doing every single year. Because this guy truly is one of them Benjamin Button type guys who defies age, you know.
How old is he?
He's in his mid-40s. I don't know if somebody wants to do a fact check for me when this is playing live. Right. Maybe ask Google, but Breon has been one of these athletes that has been tantalizing coming over to the 212 for the last number of years. I know with the new added weight in this classic physique class that that was something that kept him within. So had it not been for this added weight category this year, Breon may have left to go to the 212 class, but I think everybody is going to be excited regardless of what direction he goes after year. His posing routine is always one that gravitates the eye to classical lines, classical poses. He goes all over the stage. He dominates the stage. He definitely takes your eye and moves continuously. 43 years old, doing the splits, in shape. My gosh, that was me getting out of bed this morning, Hafa. That's what I looked like.
The chat is just full of dinosaurs right now.
The chat is full of dinosaurs.
This is Brazil, bro.
We know the love for Brazil. Hey, Hafa, do these guys know that you're on this live on my YouTube? Do they know that Brazil? Do they know?
Yeah, they know, but like I said before, it's hard because the most part of people don't speak English. So
it's okay, but they get to see you. So
they.
There's also like a UFC thing going on in Brazil, I guess.
There's a UFC thing going on?
Yeah, that's what somebody said in the chat.
Oh. Not used for me to be missing UFC. So this is Urs from Germany. I know that he has also been training around Steve Weinberger's gym, Bev Francis's gym this last week, and being in and around, ex-previous champions such as Sadiq. So this guy has got a great future. Again, good-looking guy, beautiful smile and stage presence, moves around the whole stage with poise and with flow too. I do really love this classic physique classmate, and it's one of my favorite classes, Hafa.
Yeah, mine too. I like this classes. I like this physique, like
yes.
kind of waist, legs, really condition. This is thing that I want to bring to the Open again.
As you should. Size. The combination of having the lines that now classic physique and 212 bring to bodybuilding now needs to enter the chat for the Open class. And here we are with these fellow athletes that have just been, doing their routines, have brought not only a routine to the stage for the audience, but also one that takes mass choreography. And with Urs right now, he's doing a robotic dance of some sort. But we've already seen prior to all this, his stage presence from, twisting back shots to floor poses, which are very hard to navigate around when you're moving around as fast as you are, especially making sure that when you're doing these transitions, every muscle group is seen.
It's a great routine. It's a great routine.
Right now we have, who's next? From Brazil, Ramon. Oof, you're the fans, Hafa. You're the fans, Hafa. I think there's a few people in the audience there from Brazil, huh?
Yeah, I think some people from Brazil here. Let's go, Ramon. Let's go, bro. I like this guy.
Yeah, Ramon, me too. Great shot. Yeah, one thing about Ramon, he's known now for his forearms, which is something that I was also known for. So when we've met each other, I didn't realize just how big his forearms were. And that definitely impressed me to no end. Yuri is transitioning from pause to pause. And as we mentioned previously, the classic physique, oh man, he's brought it, you Hafa, huh? He's in fucking shape. Great job, Ramon.
Oh my gosh, he looks incredible.
He looks great. He looks, get on that spot, Ramon. Good job. The thing is, for everybody in the chat too watching this, you want to be on that center spot. That's where all the best light is. That's why the center spot is the center spot. Posing at the back of the stage, you're playing that game of being in half light, but stepping into that center spot there, that box that Ramon is in right now, that's where you need to be. That's where all the best lighting is directed to, and that's one of the reasons why, when you're in the middle, you always look the best. But your Ramon is putting a great routine together, dramatic poses, electrifying poses. He's milking up the crowd. He also knows he's in shape. He knows he's come to battle Chris, and this is a package tonight that is going to push Chris all the way to the edge.
Forgive my ignorance, but what makes great lighting?
Making sure it's not too top heavy, not too hot, with the different colors. The different color bulbs that are used too, just like you're at the Dragon's Lair. We use a special kind of white bulb that transitions well from the stage. So there's various different ways of good lighting. It's just making sure that anybody who's standing on that stage from every different angle, whatever they are at, they're not in any type of hot light or shadowed light. So there's a line that's on stage, and they make sure that all the athletes all have the exact same amount of light. But again, the center spot where everybody wants to be at, and supposedly, let's just say, that's where all the best light is held at for the champion. So the goal is to always make the top 5 on that line. But then when you're me, the goal is to get that box. And right now, the person who's standing in that box is Terence Ruffin, one of the best posers in the IFBB, no matter what class. And with his electrifying posing and his routines that he puts together, I've seen this guy many, many times before, and always been left with my mouth on the ground with all the routines he's put together over the years. Because conditioning, symmetry, the complete package Terence brings. He's one of the smaller guys in the class, but suffice to say, this guy is probably one of the pound great guys in the classic physique. What do you think of this guy's routine, Hafa?
Oh, it's amazing, right? He always had a great posing routine. Always.
Laurie from
I think he's one of the best posing guys.
One of the best.
From the chat, I'm on. Okay. Says that Samsung and Rafa and Hafa both have some classic lines. If Samsung had brought that condition tonight, he could have won. I have no idea if that's true or not.
If Samsung would have brought that condition in, or Hafa?
I'm not sure. It wasn't clear.
What do you guys think in the Instagram chat? There's Instagram chat going on. There's YouTube chat. I'd love to find out. There's a lot of C-bums, 5-time, and there's a lot of Dinos. And I'm sure there's the same thing that's going on in the chat on the YouTube, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, a lot of voting back and forth, and just an onslaught of dinosaurs. If I didn't know better, I would think the chat is just a written out version of Jurassic Park.
End scene. Oh, shit. Hey, Hafa, do you have an emoji con that people can type for you? Because Dino's got the dinosaur. Is it an emoji con that we can start the trend for?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
We need to make an emoji con. Like Dino has got the little dinosaur. We need to make an emoji con for Rafa before the next year's Mr. Olympia. So then, when the chat goes on live next year, we can all just start hitting the emoji con. What do you think that guy should be?
I mean, Monkfish just posted a peach, which I don't think is actually what we're going to stick with.
Oh, there we go. We'll fucking do the peach and the Brazilian flag. How about that?
We've got some Canadian leaves. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, Canada's there for CBUM. That's
exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's
yeah.
what's going on there.
I'd love to find out what the chat thinks about Hafa. Maybe it's a rainbow.
No, oh, that's not nice.
There we go. Chris Bumstead enters the stage. The 4-time champion. Is he going to make it 5 tonight? Oof, the dramatic entrance and the silhouette of the 4-time champion as he enters through the O, the famous Mr. O logo. Again, the smoke, the strobe lighting, that silhouette of Chris Bumstead is one of is iconic. And the lights rise. The mustache is prevalent. Chris with his trademark shots of front double bicep twisting shots. He's brought it, Hafa.
He's brought it, yeah.
This is going to be very hard to be beaten tonight.
Yes. He has such a great frame, like wide shoulders, small waist, and legs is big, condition, everything.
What I love
the confidence.
Yeah. What I love about Chris is that he's an extremely confident person. He's an athlete who is very aware of his position in life on social media. I believe that this guy, prior to the Mr. Olympia weekend, was probably if I can remember correctly, like 70 million followers. Can you fact check that for me, Roderick? I think 70 million followers on Instagram was Chris last time I checked before the Mr. Olympia. 70 million followers is a unbelievable number for a bodybuilder that stands on stage.
You know, when he was on the podcast,
I've just been told that it's 20 million followers. So he has gained 3 million followers since this weekend. Incredible. Tyus, what are you saying?
Oh, I said when he was on the podcast, I was blown away by how tranquil and like serene he was. Like very laid back, very down to earth. You know, just a really calm, cool, and collected person. And I think he brings that to his training.
He brings it to his training. He brings it to his social media. He brings it to his YouTube. One of the reasons why Chris is so favored is that he could be every reason to be cocky. 20 million followers comes with a mass amount of stress, pressure. You know, filling the gaps. Chris is just being Chris. You know, he is not trying to play up to the cameras. He's just being himself, and that's one of the reasons why he's one of the superstars, not only in the sport, but now in multiple different sports. Show me an athlete in another sport that is of the favor that Chris is, that's at the top of the tree, that has 20 million followers, that stays humble. And I can tell you right now, they're not going to find many.
Okay, here we go.
What do you think, Hafa?
Do you think now is the award? Do you think the awards now?
They're going into the awards right now, correct? Yes, I believe so. One of your old sponsors, Intric America, right, Hafa?
Yeah.
We got a question in the chat saying, you guys think this is going to be Chris's last Olympia?
I'm not too sure. That's a good question. You know, Chris has spoken about potentially, retiring on top. I'm not too sure if this is going to be the show that he says Bon Voyage on, but Chris has again spoken very openly about not going for multiple. The most exciting thing I would like to see if Chris was to win tonight would be to find out what's next. But there's most definitely a battle going on there with fun. Chris and Hamon are doing the most muscular. Hamon looks freaking amazing tonight. Hamon there with that side tricep. I wonder who does that side tricep, Hafa?
Yeah, he looks unbelievable.
Hafa, if you was to name this top five, who have you got? Starting from fifth down to first. Who would you like? Who have you got?
So I think Rough Diesel gonna be fifth.
Yeah.
Brian gonna be fourth. Urs gonna be third, and there we have second and first. Oh my gosh! Okay.
I know it's tough. It's tough.
I think it's tough, because Ramon brings his best,
Mm-hmm.
Ramon brings his best, and Chris brings is not his best, but still a little bit higher, What I wanted to see is Ramon winning the show, but I think Chris gonna win and Ramon gonna be second. But it's totally different than last year, because last year Chris won nobody was like, oh, Ramon can beat him. No. But this year is different. I think if Chris won this year, if Chris win this year, you'd be like a little bit different, in terms of points.
Yeah,
maybe like wellness, 1 point. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's very close. Closer than it was in prejudging.
Very close.
I still have the placings being, fifth place, Rough Diesel, fourth place, Brion, third place, Urs, and then it comes down to the top two. So, I think depending on how they've rejudged this night show, That's where I was caught up. If it was based just on the prejudging this morning and having looked at, pre-existing, well, there we go. That's Rough Diesel. He got that 5th place spot. But looking at the going back to what I was saying in terms of first and second, I think it's an improved Hamon from this morning's prejudging, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take out the champ. You know, to beat the champ, the saying is you've got to knock out the champ, and Chris is just a absolute incredible. I know I've said this so many times, this word incredible, but he truly is an incredible athlete, off stage and on. Again, we'll all put that pressure on Chris to see, you know, if he lives up to that pressure every single year. And he's done it yet again. And I think that this physique is going to be, as I said, tough to beat. And as we go into the top 4 right now, you know, I might eat my own words. Not to saying that I don't want to see Hamon winning, but I don't think he's just quite there to beat Chris tonight. But had Hamon brought that in the prejudging, we might be talking about a different thing. We might be talking about a whole different thing tonight. So let's just say, shut up, Flex, and enjoy the show.
One of the people in the chat asked, how much weight would Sebum need to be in the open class?
A lot of weight.
A lot.
You guys have seen the size of Hardy, and you've seen the size of Derek Lunsford. Chris would have to put on a significant amount of size, and I don't think Chris is prepared to ruin that pretty physique to chase these open class guys. It's a lot of time consuming, a lot of food, and I'm not even going to take the time in answering this question in its fullest, outside of saying that Chris would have to put a significant amount of size on. Right now, he's marketable. Right now, he can do anything he wants to do. Chris could transition into movies. He can do whatever he wants. Once he puts that extra size on going into the open class, unfortunately, you can start crossing things off, because these guys want a classic physique look in the mainstream right now, and that's, again, exciting to see what Chris does post bodybuilding. But right now, we're talking about his chase for number 5.
The 3rd place award, the Olympia bronze medal to check. We're close.
All right, it's going down to 3rd. We think we already guessed that was going to happen. Hey, Hafer, can you turn your volume down a little bit, just a little bit on your end? I can hear it through the mic. There we are, my man.
It's good right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Woo!
I know. How nervous are you right now, Hafer? I know you and Ramon are very close.
A lot.
I know you guys are very close. I'm actually busting for a piss right now, and I'm nervous, so this is not helping whatsoever.
I'm sure one would solve the other.
Yes. Urs, congratulations. Great package you brought to this year's Mr. Olympia. An incredible guy who's improving every single year. Every time he steps on stage, regardless whether it's Mr. Olympia or somewhere else, he's a force to be contended with. Oh, my God. I don't know why they bring Brian Shaw up every year till they give awards out. The guy is a Gagangshuan fellow guest of the show, but anybody standing next to Brian in any category is going to be dwarfed. It's always a fun photo to see.
They should bring out somebody who's really small.
And in second place. Oof. This is one of these moments where Bob strings it out and you wish you just, come on, Bob, just get on with it. Especially when your eyes are shut there, standing like Chris's. Oh, they're bringing him out to the center circle. Hafer, you nervous over there, brother? I know you're twitching and itching over there. I see you through the...
A little bit.
Yeah. You can see both of these guys are so humble and so respectful of one another. Hafer, how good does Hamon look, though, right? He's made some great improvements.
Yeah, bro. He's a very humble guy. He's amazing. Here we go. Oh, he won. Chris Bumstead defended his title. Great job, Chris.
And again, it was a battle where, you know, Ramon brought it. We all said that Chris was going to be the victor here. You know, again, Ramon brought it this year. We can't knock that guy's chase for the title. You can see Chris was even like feeling like he was pushed to the very end. But congratulations, Chris. An incredible athlete, an amazing champion, and now 5 times Classic Physique champion, Chris Bumstead.
Yeah, if you look to both, Ramon improved a lot of more than Chris from last year.
Yes.
You know, Chris is still.
People in the chat are saying it was close.
In another level.
It was close. It wasn't as you know, a straight shot as what you know, a lot of people made it out to be this morning. Ramon definitely chased points there, and as you can see by Chris's reaction, he is shaking off that anxiety of having another battle down to the wire that he's defended. Congratulations, Chris Bumstead. Ramon, congratulations. You are most definitely a future champion within this class. And when it happens, it's going to be earned, not given. And that feeling of bringing it every single show will be one that is felt massively when that first place is given to you in the future. But here we are with the champ, Chris Bumstead. What do you guys think in the chat about Chris's 5th place? What they saying, Tyus?
I mean, people are really commenting on how close that was.
It was.
Yeah, people were saying that's so close. That one person's saying maybe he's going to retire because of how close it was. I mean, it was apparently everyone's just saying, man, that was right down to the wire.
It was. You can even see Chris is kind of like wiping the beads of sweat away from his head.
Alpha, what are your thoughts on this?
Sorry, guys. I was seeing here Chris Bumstead. What are you guys asking for?
What are your thoughts on this?
He said how much you're selling your opposing trunks for.
You missed the joke.
Hafa, are you even in this fucking live here?
No, I think it's my internet.
It's okay, bro. We know you're on Tinder or
Sorry.
over there.
What? No. What are you guys asking?
Tyus asked something. What you asked, Tyus?
I was just curious what his thoughts on the outcome was.
With Chris?
Yes.
Winning the show?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh. Yeah, like I said, if you look to the both, Ramon bring a lot more improvement, but Chris is still a little bit, a little bit higher than Ramon. And yeah, I think he won, but I think it was close to Ramon bring the title to Brazil. And I want to say congratulations to Ramon because I know it was a hard prep to him, and I know he did a lot of things to be there. And yeah, I'm super happy. I'm proud of him, and congrats.
Hafa, in mentioning, he had to do a lot of hard things to get to the Olympia stage. What kind of hard things did he have to do and go through to be where he's at right now?
He got some issues too with his stomach, and he was with his child too. He had 2 kids. And it's not easy to be a bodybuilder with 2 kids. He's a young guy. He's doing a lot of jobs, you know what I mean, with sponsor, with the other things. So I know this year was super busy to him, and it was totally different because 3 years ago he wasn't the same guy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was just turning pro 3-4 years ago, and now he is the second in the world. So everything is new for him.
Everything is new, and that in itself is a massive balance, and then to be thrown on stage against, arguably one of the greatest of all time in that class, Chris Bumstead, and his era, and hold his own in this class, in this event for the last 2 years, and push Chris tooth and nail in the last moments of this classic physique class. I think it just goes to show this kid's work ethic. He's come from nothing. He's come from very humble beginnings, and again, congratulations to Ramon Dino. But here we are with a 5-time Mr. Olympia champion, Chris Bumstead, who arguably, as I said, is one of the greatest athletes of all time in his class, across all boards. Somebody who now has a social presence of over 20 million followers, and somebody that has taken his title and truly done great things with it. Chris is one of these athletes that, as I have many friends in different categories in life, in sports and celebrities, dare I say it, and it's the truth, these guys do not care for anybody in bodybuilding outside of myself when I was competing, and these are the guys that ask me if I know Chris Bumstead. So if you want to talk about star power, somebody who these guys are following right now, and they don't really know anybody outside of bodybuilding, outside of me, Chris Bumstead now is added to that list, and as he has grown tremendously on social media globally, Chris now takes home his 5th title and can call himself, the undisputed classic physique greatest of all time. So the only thing we got left, my friend, is the bikini class finals and also the open class. We are now down to that top 5, and I believe the bikini class is going to be coming out next, unless it's the open. One thing about this year's show, I will say, from Fran's perspective and us being in the studio, it's been very difficult to find the information, and this is something I'll bring up to the Olympia, as to the running order. I had to ask several people as to where the running order was this morning. And as we gone live this earlier, not but an hour and a half ago, we were told that Classic Physique was coming out first, so we prepared for that. I was screaming at Hafa, "Get online, Hafa! I don't care about your hair." and then fucking bikini came on. No knock on bikini, of course, but again, it was very hard to find the information online. So again, outside of that, though, I think the Olympia has done a great job of promoting this year's show. They've listened to what was needed to be improved of last year. The takeaways from last year was the stage was too crazy. There was too much sponsors and flashing lights and whatnot going around. So it seems like they've put more of a matter background on this year. I think there still can be made improvements on. But it's good to see that the Olympia promoters and the organization are listening to what the fans are asking, and they've certainly implemented it into this year's Olympia. So with next year's Olympia, there's definitely going to be an exciting time and an exciting buzz. And as we're looking right now, Derek Lunsford just took home the what'd you say, Hava?
Olympia.
It's the fans' favorite. It's the fans' favorite. Yeah. So when somebody gets the fan favorite, the percentage of them winning the Mr. Olympia is low. So I don't care. I'll fucking say it. I hope that now doesn't affect his places this year, because normally, if somebody gets the fan favorite, they normally have it's a commonality. It's something that is known within athletes. If you get the athlete fan award given to you on stage, the likelihood of you winning the Olympia in stats of old doesn't go in your favor. So hopefully, Derek is going to break that tradition and not only take home the fan favorite, but also win the title for this year's Mr. Olympia. So this is one of the athletes that also trains here at the Dragon's Lair, I believe. Oh, no, it's not actually this competitor. She's also wearing a red bikini. But this girl is coming into the top 10 this year. I have to profess that I am not an expert at this bikini class. I don't think you are also, for the sake of you getting in trouble, Hafa. I wouldn't say that you know all these girls inside out, but is there anybody that you know that has been placing, that has been in that top 5 that you're excited to see tonight?
I think Isa Pecinic from Brazil. You come back to the top 5.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
She placed in 9th last year, and this year I saw her in the first call out. So I'm happy to her.
And right now, I think Laura Lee is coming out. Laura Lee was a training partner of my wife's when she was living here in Las Vegas. Laura Lee is known for her incredible glute development, and you'll get to see that shortly. Laura Lee as one of these athletes that is a massive fan following and has a massive and always be a massive fan favorite in any show she steps forward into. My wife absolutely adores her, and as you can see by that glute development, a lot of the things that she was accused of was having a fake ass, and I think that somebody who has been at the top of the tree and trained, their glutes significantly hard over the years, to be told you got a fake butt, I think that's a massive compliment as a girl. When this girl trains literally just as hard as any bodybuilder I've seen. She is a great person, a great athlete. I'm very excited to see Laura Lee. Somebody who I thought may have won this title this year because of the improvements she won. Obviously, the judges I've seen a little bit different. But nonetheless, great job for Laura Lee.
She looks great. She looks great. She won the Arnold this year or last year.
This is Amy Delgado. She trains here at the Dragon's Lair as well as other gyms here in Las Vegas.
In the chat, they're saying, let's go, Jen.
Let's go, Jen. Jen is also one of the favorites and a fellow Dragon's Lair athlete. Her and her husband, Mark Anthony, train out of the gym. Both great people. Mark being the first ever men's physique champion. Amy Delgado, I believe she's on a winning streak right now. She's won a couple of pro shows back to back, and one of the athletes that had been mentioned to potentially win this year's Miss Olympia bikini. She wasn't in that top 3, so we know she's not pushing for it, but I think she's in that top 5, and great job from Amy. This class has changed so much, too, since my wife competed in it.
Yeah, they're talking about how maybe these girls are getting too muscular, but that might be just a change in how things are.
I don't know if they're getting too muscular. They're getting smaller. There was a lot more curves when my wife was competing. Muscle was there, but it was a lot more curves. And the look was... I mean, you had girls like Sonia Gonzalez. You had it doesn't matter. The girls out back then, if they was to be put on this year's Olympia stage, they would be in the last call out. And my wife was winning pro shows such as the New York Pro. She was in that top 5 call outs. And talking of women that we all love to support outside of my wife, Jen Dory is center spot right now. She's brought an incredible package to this year's Miss Olympia. She's definitely a standout. She's got that stage poise. She's one of these athletes that no matter what show she's competed in over the years, that confidence that she exudes is a draw to the eyes. So here she is right now as a past champion who wants to get that title back. She has the confidence. I spoke to her prior to leaving. She said she's done everything in her power, which I know she's done. She's attended so many different shows. She has been a champion's champion. And although she never had the title this year, she was at these major events supporting the promoters and also representing the sport that she's been a champion on. Good job, Jen.
She was a great guest on the podcast. So if you guys want to learn more about her and her psychology, go check out that episode on Straight Out of the Lair.
This is a girl that, again, is one of my wife's favorites too. Great poser, draws the attention to the eyes. She was 4th place last year at the Miss Bikini Olympia. She's one of the taller athletes. But, yeah, she's definitely brought it this year. I'm not too sure where she's going to sit. That's one of the things about bikini. I followed the class this morning personally because Jen and Laura Lee were in there, plus a couple of athletes. They were moved around. They were some girls were put in the center spot, very similar to what the other classes have been. They've truly worked these girls. There's been 1 or 2, 3 athletes in every one of these classes today that have stood out from the rest of the pack. And I believe in bikini, you're looking at not this actual athlete, but you're looking at another couple of athletes who today can go down to the wire on, and it all gets rejudged tonight. Ashley Caldwaster. Ashley is also a Vegas resident. We'll find her in the gym periodically. What blows my mind is, Hafa, that Ashley will never tell me she's coming to the gym. I just walk into the gym randomly, and there you are, the multiple Miss Bikini champion just training there. She has been a Gaspari athlete when I was there too, and I was able to travel a little bit around the world with Ashley. So it goes to show how long she's been knocking the door at this. She's a athlete who has always turned up in that top 3. She's probably one of the most winningest bikini pros out there. She has her own style of posing that is just so unique and compared to any other athlete. And as you see, she's brought her A game this evening, and one that is going to be pushing for the title.
Flex, is there a reason that so many of these athletes live in Las Vegas?
I think Las Vegas is one of these places that truly gives back to the fitness community. As I said earlier, if you want to train at an ungodly time in the morning or ungodly time at night, it's always going to be a gym that's open for you. If you wanted to eat on a diet, there's always going to be a restaurant that's open for you. If you want to do anything in Las Vegas at any point in time, it's something that's going to be open for you. Unlike other states the majority of these athletes have lived in, Las Vegas has this ability to get the best version of you unless you get caught up in the rat race of Vegas. So it's one of them places you can either get sucked into Las Vegas or you can live a lifestyle as do I, where the temptation is there, knowing it's there, you don't get sucked into it, and you can live the benefits of what Las Vegas brings as opposed to living the benefit that Las Vegas brings, and getting sucked into that rat race. So right now up on stage is Jordan, one of the taller athletes, very pretty, very well-spoken athlete. She's got and has been a talked about athlete. Any type of show she steps in front of. I know that she has a great team underneath her of athletes that she trains, and I haven't seen Jordan for quite a minute, so this is the first time I've seen her on stage, and you can see the improvements that she's made in this class with that trademark smile that she brings every time she steps on stage.
Hafa, do any of these women stand out to you?
Sorry?
Are there any standouts for you?
I don't know too much about bikini class.
Remember this chick, bro? She used to date Dom.
I'm looking to see Issa.
I don't think Issa has been up yet. So, Hafa, who is your favorite? Who is your favorite for the bikini win this for tonight? From what you've seen already, who do you think is going to take it?
I think this title can come back to Jenny.
This title come back to what?
To Jenny.
To Jen. Yeah, she's an athlete that has been working for that title all year. I know that we're still yet to see Issa, and we're still yet to see the current champion, Maureen.
Yep.
I'm interested to see what Maureen looks like tonight. I can't remember what she looked like in the lineup earlier, but she is an athlete that is... I haven't really seen too much of or heard too much of this year. As a champion in any division, you know, when you get that title, it comes with a massive responsibility. And with that responsibility, you know, you normally see these athletes on the road. You see them at different shows. She's been very quiet with her title, which is kind of a shame because when you have that title, it's such a badge of honor to get out and do some things with your fans, improve the sport, get in front of faces that may not have the chance to see you. And as a title holder, you know, them should be barriers that you should be breaking down. And talking about barriers that have been broken down, right now we're walking on stage is Issa. She is a beautiful young lady that I've had the pleasure to meet many times, all the way from Brazil, a previous Miss Olympia champion. She's brought a great package here, Hafa.
Yeah, she just started working with another coach this last year, and she improved. She improved a lot. She put a lot of muscle on the quads, on the shoulders. And she looks great. Yeah,
she's brought a lot of body parts up too. You know, she's one of the smaller athletes that were on stage when she was winning. Obviously, the bikini class has kind of evolved tremendously over the last couple of champions. You know, all the way from Angelica to Courtney King, who's Seabum's girl, to where we are right now. And the sport has evolved slowly but incrementally, where these athletes now are having more and more muscle tissue. I think Issa has been able to keep her physique with the improvements made, but yet not blow out her muscle bellies. She's still small, not overly developed, but still has that sexy bikini look. Obviously, the Brazilian trademark sass and enough muscle to win shows that she steps foot on. Unfortunately, the judges don't think that this tonight is a good enough look enough to win the title. Good enough, look enough. My God, can I speak English here? Good enough to win the title tonight.
I think she needed to bring a little bit more condition this year.
And
she always comes. Yeah.
So this is your current champ, and it seems that these new look that the judges are demanding is more of a softer look, because some of these athletes over the years have come very hard and very dry, and I know that was a situation that was brought up in the post judging online, where these athletes now are becoming so dry and so hard that it's very difficult as an entry point. So it's great to see the current champion softer, the athlete that was prior to this, Issa, softer, Jen is softer, and across the board it seems like that's the new look that these judges are demanding now, is more of a softer look, which obviously has a trained muscle look to them too.
Yep.
So the presentations are about to go on. How are we doing in the chat there, Tyus?
It continues forward. It rambles. It goes on. What do we got going on here?
Any questions as we're doing the top 5? We'll stop when it comes down to the top 2. So fire away with some questions.
Will Regan make top 10?
Yeah, Regan's in that top 10. I think he's in that top 10. Why wouldn't he be? I believe he's made that top 10. Half all right? Regan Grimes?
Yeah. He made the top 10. Yeah.
What else are we looking at? fire away some questions, guys. We would love to hear from you. We're going through now the top 5, and then when it comes down to that top 2, we'll jump back into the live.
There are some questions I just don't understand. Any mummers around? I have no idea what that means.
Mummers. It's probably from Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mummering. You ever seen mummering? It's the weirdest fucking thing. These people dress up in rags and they, I don't know. They knock people's doors all dressed up. And in 5th place, we have the Brazilian superstar taking 5th. Obviously, it's a place in that she is not seen many times. But she will be back, Hafa.
Yeah, she'll be back. She came back from 9th place last year, and she's in 5th this year. Yeah.
She's decked.
She has a really good ethical work, you know.
Any other questions, Tyus?
I mean, now they're talking about mummer, and I have no idea what it means. Let's see your mummer. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, I need a dictionary, maybe an Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, Urban Dictionary.
What else we got?
Laura Lee bringing in that 4th place. Shout out to Laura Lee. Great job. Big fan of Laura Lee. Beautiful human.
Maureen got 2nd at Arnold behind Laura Lee.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes. So Laura Lee came into this show having beat the champion, the current champion. And just like men's physique, you know, these placings get chopped and changed. You know, if you're not on that day, you get judged on that day. So as much as I would love to see Laura Lee win this show, it's not today. But I'm hoping that it will be soon, because there's nobody that wants that title more than that young, lovely lady like that. Top 3. We're going with Ashley, we're going with Maureen, and we're going with Jen. Ashley Colsworth taking in that 3rd place. Congratulations, Ashley, former Miss Olympia bikini champion. Again, up against stiff competition tonight in Jen and Maureen. All 3 previous champions. It's very difficult when you've got you got the standard of them 3 to try and break into that top 3. So going back to Laura Lee, I know Laura Lee will go back into the training and put that hat back to front and chase this title down. But congratulations to Ashley. I know that's a placing that she didn't want to see tonight, but nonetheless, beaten by 2 girls that are very good. She should be proud.
Gainers wants to know how the standing Arsenal chest press feels.
Hard and heavy. Makes a man of you. Top 2.
So what do we have? Maureen and Jen, is that right?
Down to the wire.
We got people in the chat rooting for Jen. We got people rooting for everybody.
Well, you guys got on Instagram. Give me some love. Give me some hearts for Jen. And give me some muscles for Maureen.
Oh, I like that.
Who the chat got, Dias?
It's going back and forth.
We got some fire emojis going on here. I think everybody doesn't know what that's probably like neutral, right? How are we here again talking about this Bob chick kind of, and in the 1st place, and I'm busting a pee again. Here we go. Did Jen win? Jen won? Yes.
That's awesome.
There's another title coming back to the fucking Dragon's Lair. Oh, good job, Jen. Good job, Jen. Come on. Come on. Good girl, Jen.
That's great.
Can you text my wife? She's probably watching. If you can, Roderick, thank you. We need to
yeah, we'll get this all. We'll get the machine moving around it.
Great job, Jen. Great job, Jen. Great job, Maureen, too. But I do know that Jen, woo, she brought it. Great job. Very happy. Very, very, very happy. She's a great champion. I'm not just saying that, guys. She's always a class act here at the gym. No matter what, she's always got the smile on her face. She always comes in very happy and again, with the mentality to work and work hard. She ain't here for the gram. She ain't setting up tripods. When she's in this gym, she's working and she's working hard. When a fan comes up to her, she's taking pictures. A consummate professional. Get my words out. How's the word I say there? Ultimate professional.
Consummate.
Consummate professional. Thank you. I did say it.
Yeah, you got it.
And somebody who brought it tonight. As Maureen passes the crown over to Jen, all three of these girls, Ashley, Maureen, and Jen, brought the fight to the stage. You know, this class is getting more and more popular every single year. And I'm glad, as I said, to see Jen wearing that crown as the champion yet again. Great job, Jen. We're all proud of you. And as you can see by my reaction, and I can't keep neutral here.
Henrique in the chat said, Dragon's Lair is on fire.
This gym is on fire. Yeah, that's fucking right.
Yeah, I hope he's meaning it metaphorically. Maybe he knows something I don't know, and we're in a serious situation.
Did you just, Hafa, did you just say my singing was fucking terrible? Bro, your fucking connection in Brazil is terrible. So if you hear it, everyone in the chat can say that I hit them notes, them high notes just for you. But
have you noticed that every time he raises his thumb up, there's a little like thumb emoji that pops up?
Well, throw your thumb up again.
Hafa, do a thumbs up.
Do this. On screen.
Oh, now it's not working?
On screen.
It just was.
Tyus. What the hell?
You see that?
What about me?
Doesn't work.
Fuck's sakes.
I have no idea what that is.
There's probably somebody hitting the thumb.
I don't know. Yeah, it's seeing the thumb and doing that. I guess that's a new Zoom feature.
Yeah, probably somebody is just having fun now, hitting the thumb fucking like up when Hafa does it. But you can see how depleted Jen is. Look how sucked in her face is. You know, Jen, man, you've worked hard for this girl. I'm so happy for
Flex, you've been through these situations. What do? You win and then you go backstage and eat a box of donuts after feeling this depleted? How do you recover out of this?
Well, my wife would make a hodgepodge of all these different chocolates, and there was something that all the 212 and all the open class guys would huddle around after I came off stage, and it was called crack. Nothing that you buy on the streets, unfortunately. This was something that was made in the oven. My wife would make a variety of different flavors, bake tray on crackers, different toppings, and then she would break this big tray of chocolate and caramel and everything else, freeze it, and then just literally break it like ice, and then it would turn into little pieces. So this became a tradition backstage at the Olympia where everybody knew I had it, and everybody would come up sheepishly, you know, prior to me going on stage, all excited about when I was done with my class and walking off with a trophy in many cases, and asking me, hey, Has Ali given you that crack? No, that sounds really fucking illicit, right?
Yes,
backstage.
It does.
Sexual too, depending on the context.
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way.
Yes, but we Ali became quite the dealer. So yeah, that's what we all used to munch on, Tyus, to ask you a question. We would have a lot of candy backstage, and a lot of these athletes, unfortunately, overindulge on this stuff, and they get a little bit of a bellyache, and everybody's passing wind back there. But nonetheless, it's part and parcel of what goes on there. And for us as a 212 group, a collective group, we would all kind of huddle back there and wait for us to get lined up. There's a lot of camaraderie that came with it, and you know, even I can even tell side stories where backstage in the old Orleans there was a lot of pipe and drip. So every class was, or it was male and female, was delegated. The majority of us never kind of listened to the rules. For me, I kind of walked backstage. I found a corner, and in some cases they would say, you know, oh, this is the girls' tent. There was no signs up, and there was so many guys in there at that point in time. they would move the girls somewhere else. But in saying that, we would have like a corner where we would get together, kind of set up camp, and every year by tradition, Phil Heath would come into our 212 section, and that's where he would hang out until getting ready for the open class. So he would indulge in all the cookies and chocolates and stuff like that prior to walking on stage, and even post walking on stage. But in all honesty, Tyus, to answer your question, I can't even remember what I snack on. There's one of these trays that will go around. You see people snacking on things. A lot of Tupperware boxes would be coming out. A lot of baggies would come out with various different, treats. And I think whoever you was just walking past and you grabbed the glimpse of the eye of, that you would get into the bag. So I can't remember, but there was a lot of chocolates that went around backstage because, again, it can help improve your conditioning. But here we are. The big guys are on stage, and the reason why we're all here is Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia, the open class, and the pause down is about to go down.
Well, hearing you guys are, on crack, even though that's not what it was, is probably the least of the drug concerns.
Yeah. We are definitely a interesting group of individuals who will not touch chocolate for 15 weeks. And then come show day and come moments before getting on stage, you see so many people consuming honey, chocolates, juices, shakes, all kind of potions and remedies in hopes that their placings and their physique will get better. So, the answer to all this is be in shape, turn up in shape. You don't have to be doing any kind of fucking crazy thing backstage. And every one of these top 10 guys right now, you can tell that they all brought their A game. They've all been prepared and now walking on stage to do the final pause down of the night. These guys are excited to find out where they've placed in the world. We're talking about the top 10 best of the best bodybuilders posing down right now.
Hoffa, who are you looking forward to seeing the most?
Do you think have any chance to Samson beat Derek and Rod Schupa?
Do you what?
Do you think have any chance to Samson win the show today?
No.
All right.
I said that about Nathan, right? No. I don't think it's Samson's time. It's nothing of disrespect. Samson has earned his right to be up there, and he'll earn his right to get into that first and second call out. Tonight is not the night. I truly believe that Samson has brought his best package to date. I believe Milos posted that he was 290 going into the show. Not that weight makes any impact on stage. You're not looking at judges saying, oh my God, look at that guy, he's 290, because he's standing next to a guy in Derek Lunsford who's probably just hitting the 220s. So weight doesn't transfer very well normally in cases. Normally when somebody's that big and that size, unless you're Ronnie Coleman, that doesn't look like a good 290. But being Samson is significantly taller than both Hardy and Derek, that is all of 290, and it's holding its size well against two guys who have brought their A game.
Yeah.
When it comes to the pause down, for everybody that is watching this, a lot of guys get burnt out in that pause down. They start sweating. They're not cardiovascularly ready for it. You'll see now when these guys go back to their lineup to see who's physically fit, and because if they get asked to do another pause down, the guys who haven't practiced for this moment are all gassed, and you can see every one of them guys, all the top 10 guys, are all conditioned and have been practicing their posing. Dexter Jackson coming up on stage to give a award. The winningest pro of all time. Dexter Jackson is an absolute class act. There he is. Dexter
The winningest
Jackson.
of all time?
Winningest of all time. He has won the Mr. Olympia once, but he's won more pro shows than you got fingers and toes.
Oh, wow. Somebody earlier asked if you thought Bumstead had any shot of beating 7 Olympias, beating your record.
Do I think Bumstead has got the chance of
getting to 8,
equaling my record or more?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Wow,
absolutely, yeah. But Hamon is on that tail, and it's you got to remember too. As Andrew Jack takes this 5th place in the Mr. Olympia, congratulations, Andrew Jack, somebody who was trained with me and trained here at the Dragon's Lair and also being on the podcast. This is a guy who, has the future potential to win any show that he steps foot on. Now he knows what these Olympia athletes look like. He's been able to stand against these best of the best athletes in the world. He now is motivated and hungry to go back to Dubai and start training for the redemption. This is a guy that has been mentioned about potentially winning in the future. Right now, this is going to be a placing that stings him hard. And but again, as I've said many times in many different podcasts, when you take a placing like that, it's the worst and the best thing that ever happens to you. Right now, he's going through the worst. But in a year, 2 years' time, this is going to be a placing that has haunted him to make sure that it becomes the best. Brandon Curry taking in that 4th place. Congratulations, Brandon. Somebody, as I said many times in the last day or two, that has battled, hospital visits, and somebody that never gave up on his sights of making the Olympia stage. A guy who has truly been an ambassador of the sport, a great dad, a champion's champion, a guy who has worn that badge of honor as a Mr. Olympia all around the world, a dad and somebody who is now taken away 4th in this year's Mr. Olympia.
Hey, those watching, it doesn't cost you anything, but it would help us out a bunch if you hit the like button or hit subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We really appreciate it. It helps us with the algorithm. So if you haven't done that yet, please do that now.
Thank you, guys and girls. We truly appreciate if you guys can do that. It takes a second to do, and we'd love to see you in the comment section, in the like section, every video we post. We're doing this as a labor of love. This is something we don't get paid for. I certainly don't. And in 3rd place, we're taking home the British stud himself, Samson Duedo. Incredible placing for Samson. Great placing for Samson. This is a man that has truly come up from a fan at an expo that stood in line for me for 2 hours. I have photos of Samson when he was playing rugby when I first met him. I remember his story that he told me, and it hit home. Years later, I seen this incredible athlete on stage. It was in Italy. We spoke. He was defeated. He thought that was it. He didn't know if he had potential. There was a few tears that were brought to my eyes hearing his story. He showed me a photo of him, and I said, bro, you've come this far. Don't give up. And here we are 3 or 4 years later. This guy now is 3rd in the world. Congratulations, Samson. The world is your oyster. And then there was 2, Hafa.
Yeah, that's the guys.
Derek has been here before. Hardy has been here before. This is a time that the nerves start kicking in. You can see Derek is a little nervous, as he should be. Hardy seems calculated and poised. He feels and looks like the confidence exuding from him has it in the bag. I don't know if it's as easy as that, though. This is going down to the wire, and oof, my goodness me. If there was a time to piss my pants, this is now. I'm busting to go as my excitement and my nerves are kicking in. So, here we go. In Bob Chick. Typical job Bob Chick. So I'm going to turn up the volume.
Derek is nervous.
Oh, here we go. This could go either way. Oh, Bob loves to draw these things out. 2023 Mr. Olympia.
Of 2023 Olympia champion.
And?
Two-over winner.
And? I knew! Great job, Derek Lunsford. Your first ever champ. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations, Derek Lunsford. You brought the package tonight, my friend. This was earned. This was not given. This was earned. He has felt the second place. He told me this time last year that he was coming back to win, and win he did. Great package for Hardy. No knock on Hardy. Respectable. Great conditioning. In phenomenal conditioning. But it wasn't enough for the young stud, Derek Lunsford, who brought it this year. Very excited. I'm very, very happy for Derek. What do you guys think in the chat? As I turn this down a little bit. What do you guys think in the chat? Who had Derek winning this event? Who had Hardy winning? I think everybody, regardless of the placings, will agree that that was a battle down to the wire. And I'm very happy to now announce Derek Lunsford as the 2023 Mr. Olympia. And new. My man.
New Mr. Olympia.
He's made some crazy improvements. I have for this year, Derek has.
Yeah. He deserved.
Great
job. He deserved all this.
Great job. And it's great to see such respect between Hardy and Derek, who were actually training together prior to the Mr. Olympia this year. They were training under the expertise of Hani Rambod. Both have Hani as their coach. And Hani, again, celebrating not only a first, second in the open class, but also celebrating a win with Chris Bumstead. So Hani is taking home these trophies this past weekend. Congratulations to him also. And as you can see with Derek, this was very emotional. He's trying to process this whole moment, and as he should do. Not only now is he the open class winner, but he is the first ever champ. That is a 2-division champion. That was something that I praised, poised to do, something I wanted to take on myself. And if there's anybody that now fills the shoes of myself as I couldn't do it, is Derek Lunsford. Great guy, fan of the show.
Oh, no. Did you see Hardy?
What happened?
Has just left the stage.
Hardy walked off stage? Do you think giving somebody the benefit of the doubt, do you think it was because he couldn't hear the announcement?
I don't think so.
No, Hardy's known for his for kind of stage actions of old. So let's hope that that's not. I don't want to throw anybody over the bus, but it would be very, very disrespectful for Hardy to walk away without giving props to Derek. I'm not a fan of that kind of actions on stage. You should be respectful and humble in victory and humble in defeat. So not taking the moment away from Derek. This is the new not only the 212 champion, but also now your new open class champion 2023, the first ever champ. Let's have a listen in to see what Derek has to say. Tyus, can we put this up on, because it's not copyright anymore, right? I guess.
I don't have an input on it.
Okay.
I can't hear it. You can bring it close to the mic if you want, but I can't.
Let's have a look.
What a moment there.
Hafa, can you turn your volume down a little bit so we can see, because you're a little bit blagging. New. All-time best. Yes, congratulations, Derek. The first ever champ. Derek is also soon to be a dad. Him and his wife are expecting a child in either the end of this year or beginning of next year. Next year, I believe.
I think that was announced officially for the first time on the podcast.
That's correct. That's correct, Tyus.
Yeah, and he's I think the only podcast guest that did 2 podcasts back to back. Although I guess we didn't release them in that order, but couldn't be a nicer guy.
Great job, Derek.
Derek, when you say we, everybody knows that even though bodybuilding is an individual sport, it's anything but. You've got a great team around you. I'm sure there's a few people you want to thank here tonight.
Absolutely. I can't walk off the stage without thanking many people. So first and foremost, I want to thank my wife.
I thought he was going to say Jesus, because we all know that Derek is firmed in faith. So I know that that's played a massive part in his, his mindset going into this year's Olympia. I know obviously his wife is pregnant.
There it is.
His wife jumped the line tonight, though, Tyus.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, when you get that People's Champ, I thought, oh, shit, here we go. Yeah, Hani's done a impeccable job with Derek. Yeah, his wife is. Oh, good job, Derek. Great job. Great couple. What an incredible, there we go, kissing the belly of the baby to be.
They're all here, man. All the fans have stayed to hear what you got to say and to celebrate this moment with you, too. You're Mr. Olympia.
That poor guy. You know, with guys like Derek and, unlike other people, they've got a pre-rehearsed speech, and it seems like Derek was just so focused on the task in hand. He didn't even think about what the hell to say after. I know that feeling. We never put all our eggs in one basket. I'm very happy for him. Very happy. He done something I could never have done, and I tried my hardest. So it's great now to live vicariously through Derek, and this weekend is a testament to him and all the hard work he's done. The the first ever champ, 2-division champion, and also the dad. Sorry, I'm listening to the show on this as a fan. Yeah, as a dad and now a first ever champ. I think this guy is one across the board, right? So, guys, shit, I think that that wraps up this whole show. I'm going to turn the mute button down.
Well, we should thank you, Hoffa. I mean, thank you for being there this whole time.
Yeah, Hoffa, I know this was a last-minute scramble for you. I know the fans are very happy to see you on here. The fans are very excited now to see you back on that future stage. I know before anybody asks, the same statement I've said this morning, I said yesterday, and I've said all week, many other weeks prior to this, I will not be coming back unless Hoffa wins the Arnold Classic. But anyway, that's oh shit. Let me retract that. No, but we have definitely work to do with Hoffa. I'm excited to see what these guys are looking like up on that Olympia stage this weekend. And Hoffa, how much has this excited you now to get back into your training tomorrow?
Oh my gosh, bro. I can't wait to train tomorrow, I'm watching these and seeing all these guys there, and I want to compete. I never stay like 1 year without stepping on stage. So I can't wait to be on stage again. I can't wait to have my new version. And yeah, I want to make history too, you know. So thank you guys to have me here. And I think we can do a lot of more of this in the future. And bro, thank you so much. Love you. Thank you guys for watching here too. And that's it. We have the new Mr. Olympia.
We have the new Mr. Olympia. And to your point there, Hafa, I think that I know this is going to be something that we do in the future. We've already talked about potentially doing some stuff in Portuguese for your fans on Straight Out the Lair podcast when you come to, the Dragon's Lair in the future. We have talked about potentially doing a Portuguese channel. I know that myself and Roderick spoke about doing this in the future. So I'd love to find out what you guys think in the chat. Would you guys be interested if we start a channel in Portuguese? Don't ask me to take that over, but I think that this would be a great platform to be used for all my fans from Brazil, since I get so much love. What's the chat think about that? What do you think about that, Hafa?
I think he is so into it that he froze up.
Yeah, he just froze.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Think it's a great idea?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yes,
you're back. You're back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back.
So I think you need to learn Portuguese. You need to learn Portuguese because you have a lot of fans in Brazil. And I think if you learn a little bit Portuguese, you'll be so great.
I get told only the bad words, bro.
No, bro. You can. 1 year,
Hafa,
and you're going to speak Portuguese.
Remember the first word you told me, you taught me? Bicha. Bicha. That was the first fucking word you taught me in Portuguese. Anyways, that is something I think that we should reconnect on. And as always, every time that you come to join us on Straight Out of the Lair, whether it's on the podcast or whether it's a live like this, we always see a lot of our fans from Brazil. So I know that, there's, unfortunately, there's a lot of fans that don't speak English. So I think they're losing out on a lot of opportunity, a lot of knowledge. And as I would love to do in the future is bring you on and bring a athlete on that speaks solely Portuguese. And can take this Straight Out the Lair podcast to the homes of many of the athletes in Brazil. So that being said, as the 2023 Mr. Olympia is done and dusted for yet another year, from Las Vegas to Brazil, next year, 2024, the Mr. Olympia will be back in its home of Las Vegas at Resorts World, a new venue, a new opportunity, potentially new champions in different divisions. Until then, though, we will be back not this coming Monday, but next Monday on Straight Out the Lair. We appreciate you guys. Do me the favor of liking this. Get into the subscribe button. Hit it hard. We want to make sure that you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to take advantage of the sale. Can we just put it back up one more time? If you are a fan of the Dragon's Lair, if you have a couple of things that you want to get for your friends for Christmas coming up, for their birthdays, use the code 25% off, FLEX25, for the entire store. That includes Dragon's Lair merch, that includes culture merchandise. This is going on today. I created this promo just for you guys, so take advantage of it. FLEX25 off the entire store. We ship nationwide, globally. Everybody asks me, do you ship? Yes, we ship everywhere. So that said, Hafa, there's more clothes coming your way. I know that you asked me the other day for some of the newest drops. We have some hoodies coming your way for them cold Brazilian winters that are upon us. So, my man, I love you to death. You're my favorite bodybuilder on the circuit right now, more famous than Chris Bumstead. So if that means anything to you, my brother, again, I'm excited to see you on the Olympia stage next year. But first, we will be seeing the best of Rafael Brandão at the Arnold Classic Brazil, and I will be there in the front shouting like a madman to see you win the show that everybody's excited to see you win at, and that is on your home turf of Brazil.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Love you. And miss you too. I hope it next year and the beginning of the year I can go to Dragon's Lair, spend some time there with you guys doing my prep and come back to Brazil and win this title. It'll be so amazing to compete here again. They have you here too. And thank you, bro. Thank you. Love you.
I love you too, bro. And thank you for joining me. I know it's very late in Brazil. So from me to you, from Tyus, from Roderick, anything to say before we shoot off air, Tyus?
I just want to thank the everybody that joined us with the chat, joined us live. We don't do a lot of live events, and part of that was you guys being a part of it. So I can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah, I think this is something that now won't be a stranger to us. We should do something like this in the future. Seemingly, everybody jumped on, everybody stayed on, and everybody's been giving us love throughout the entire course of this Olympia weekend. So we appreciate you. I appreciate you. From me, my team, Rafael Brandão, the 2023 Olympia has a new champion. And I'm excited to welcome him here in the Dragon's Lair in the future as the new Mr. Olympia champion. Derek Lunsford, congratulations. I need a piss. Let's get out of here. Straight out the lair. We are out.